One.
Welcome in, everybody.
Did I do it right, Chris?
You did.
3, 2, 1.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
3 and a 2 and a 1. Welcome in, everybody. Who do we got here? We have Jeff Before Dishonored, Haley, Rattlecan, Tazarith, Chess Boxing Over, Craig's Sarcastic Grandpa, Double T, Cats, Avian, Yay Cat, Stan, Kriegs, Shailene, Sarcastic Grandpa, Muffin Truck, Oaken Fury, Print Paint Repeat, Jan. Oh, we've got Double Trouble Craze.
Yo, yo, yo.
Call him. Yeah. Tell the kids out there what they need to be doing.
Shoo.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason. I forgot the nickname I just gave you. No, yeah. Give some knowledge to the youths out there. Right to the camera.
Yo. If y'all ain't slapping paint on the gray, what are you even doing?
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Wow. That's profound. That's profoundly correct, though, right? What's up, Mo? Yo, what up? Jason's fat, and when I mean fat, I mean P-H-A-T.
P-H-A-T, P-H-A. Would you please, when I do this, don't you change that? You gave me these, but don't you mess with my stuff.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you actually change it. My bad. I gave him the power. Let him have it. Hey, welcome in, everybody. Do you pity the foo? Says Oaken. Of course we do.
Okay, that's a long shot. That's like a Mr. T thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm not about Mr. T.
I slap paint on Prime Minis though.
We're not
okay.
here for Mr. T.
I'm here for Mr. T. There's iced tea in this.
That's not what we're doing. I have iced tea as well.
Oh.
But mine's an Arnold Palmer.
So Jason has switched from, you guys, you should have seen the process between yesterday and this moment now to where Jason is back and forth with these cloaks. Why don't you tell us this process?
I have painted these cloaks 6 times.
Why?
Trying to find what I thought was the best color scheme for this army.
And I guess you were just waiting for it to speak to you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get that. Now they're purple. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, now we're leaning into purple. And I'm changing the pants color too. I kind of did it to where it's monochromatic.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, you changed the pants to purple.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're just going to do purple.
Purple. Last night you were like, I got to get away from purple.
Well, but you know what led me into that statement was that I said these really ought to be purple. Right?
That's right.
Because purple is if you're going to do undead, purple's always the answer. So I'm not going to make apologies that my non-undead models are currently also purple, but they're like, well, no, they're pretty much purple. So
I don't think we agreed to pink yesterday, Ghost Hunter.
So yeah, there's the problem, Chad, is that I'm a one-track mind, and I guess my favorite color right now is purple. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I don't care. I'm leaning into it. If every army right now is purple, then every army right now is purple. That's fine. I don't have any shame about that. Although not every army is purple. My Tau is not purple. Doesn't have any purple on them. But between this chromatic black kick that I'm on and painting things with purple accents, I guess that's where we live right now. And I'm okay with it. Like I said, I think it's fine. I make no excuses. I need none.
You need none?
I need none excuses.
What you need is
a lot more purple.
Yep. There you go. Stan said, I asked a question a few weeks ago. If any model has ever defeated you, as in you put on the shelf and ignored, okay. I currently painting 40K Lion and honestly not enjoying it.
Yeah.
The artwork looks fantastic, but to paint it is a chore.
It is a chore
shelved.
model. It and Gilliman, I think, are chore models.
What makes a chore model?
It looks good, but you have to get there.
Too many bits?
It's not that it's too many. Maybe. It has a lot going on. I think that the lion is... I don't know why the lion to me feels more of a struggle than the Horus
Really?
did. Because
Interesting.
Horus was much easier to paint, and that could be because Baby J and I made a thing of it.
Yeah.
And that could be part of it.
You had an objective with it?
Yeah, there might have been an objective that we're going, but I still look at it and I'm like, I would paint another Horus before I would finish my lion.
Interesting. Okay.
Now the 30K lion was different.
Yes.
The 40K one is the one, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't have a good answer for you on that one, but I'm with you on that. I feel like they could have done a better job with that model.
Interesting. Now let's go back to this question. The Grand Deceiver says, "Can you explain chromatic black if you haven't already?"
Chromatic black is anything that reads as black, like this armor does, but is not painted black.
Chromatic black.
Right? So it's in the terms of real art, it's that you're using colors like dark violets, dark blues, even browns, where you can use those as a way to paint something and have it appear black. It stems from a lot of that world where people say, don't ever use black. Oh my God, nothing in nature is black, man. Like I'm staring at monitors that are black. So the day and age of that is gone.
Sue me.
Like modern times have made it to where black is in nature.
Yeah.
But if you really look at things like your dog who might have black fur, a lot of times, my dog is black and white, but when you really look, she's a deep brown. There's no black really there. It's all like black brown. And so that's a chromatic black. Payne's gray is a chromatic black. So when we say chromatic black, it's like a family of colors that can be used to create that contrast to the eye that make it appear like black if you need it to be, without having to use pure black. So that you're always left, it's like we say paint white without white, because white is the brightest value. So if you paint, I have great hair.
You do.
So if you paint white and you use something like bright neutral gray, then you always have an ability to go a little bit brighter with it by adding white to it until you go to pure white. Same with black. If you don't use black, then you've got the ability to go to dark shadows without ever having that neutral black that does feel a little wrong if you use it for like shadows, because shadows aren't ever really black. Shadows are some darker version of the color of whatever the shadow is falling across. So that's what it's really that simple. So any really dark color can be pulled off as a chromatic black in most cases. Dark purple, things like that can be. So
Baldwin says, "I tuned in and first thing I heard was Jason saying, 'That's my story, I'm sticking to it.'
Yeah.
I can vouch for whatever Jason's story or alibi is." Okay. He was here at my house all night. We built models and had pizza until we fell asleep.
Boy, and it was a good pizza.
You and Baldman?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Baldman's my friend.
Oh.
We eat pizza and hang out and paint models.
Oh. Baldman, huh?
As Chris would say, you're 80 years young today. It's my birthday, and hanging out with a list, a wonderful community has made a great day just a little bit better. Sigavax, awesome. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Sigavax. Happy birthday to you. There, don't get too excited, but I gave you the breathy happy birthday. You deserve it, baby.
Happy birthday to ya.
You deserve it.
Happy birthday. Does Monument Hobbies provide a service where someone can hit me with a ruler when I fail to remove the excess moisture from my brush?
I'll sign up for that job.
Avian, I'm hired.
I'll sign on for that job. What did I tell you? Crack!
Remove that water, you.
But what did I tell you? Crack!
That's hilarious. Chris singing happy birthday with a voice of Gollum. No.
But what did I tell you? Crack!
Avian, what are you doing having too much moisture on that brush? From what I can tell you is that's no good. And will lead to chalkiness and not the result you're looking for. Print, paint, repeat. I swear Jason must be the best boss ever. Seems like such a cool dude and working at Monument. I would say so.
Oh my God, he's paid to say that. He would like to string me up from a pole
Let
most
me bring
days.
Let me bring the teleprompter up.
These guys would hang me from the streets if given the opportunity.
No, what are you talking about?
Murder, she wrote.
None of this is true. None of this is factual.
I lead with cruelty and fear.
Oh my goodness. No, Jason is an amazing boss, and we have
Cruelty and fear.
an amazing place we work at. We get to do this with you guys. I get to sit here and talk with you guys and gals and stuff.
And things.
Just with you, chat. No, I love it. We have an amazing environment
Chris.
here. We have an amazing environment here due
Chris,
to Jason
paid
and Jen.
to alienate.
I am.
He just alienated our entire audience.
No, I love all of you, and I am paid to do that.
To love them?
No.
Like, as in, like, 27th Ave paid to love people? What are we talking about here?
No.
Is this like hobby prostitution?
No. Jason is an excellent boss, and him and Gemma have created an environment of excellence. That is from me, not from anybody. So,
Thank you.
No, we work in a good place.
So.
We work at a great place.
We hope so.
We hope that our products and our fun and our community can bring you some light in this dreary world sometimes.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the core of why we do this. That's straight from a PR book. Bald man, sue me. Mr. Lawyer, you.
Mr. Lawyer, you. He's not a lawyer.
He's a paralegal. He can paralegal this.
Wow.
You like that?
No, not even a little bit.
Oh, welcome in, everybody.
We were just talking. I asked Chris today what's the most violent thing he's ever done, and his answer was whatever I do to chat today. So I don't know if that's a great or horrible thing, chat, but welcome to Chris's form of pugilism. You are the boxing dummy, chat.
That's right.
You're the one that he hurts, even though he loves you the most.
Panic Bob, this is true. Chris wouldn't know what to do without us. We the people, the ocean, shooting the slings and the arrows. Panic Bomb, that's very profound.
I don't understand the slings and arrows.
The slings and arrows.
Nobody in this community is mean to me.
I know.
And it's not because of you, because they were never mean to me before you.
Maybe they're shooting at me.
Oh,
wait a minute.
See? The only reason they started shooting was when you came around.
Wait a minute, it's all coming to me. Chris is evil, Mo.
100%.
The fact that no one technically works directly for me anymore has done wonderful things for my popularity as a boss, says Jen. Oh, my goodness.
She's not wrong.
Jen.
I still work directly
shout
for
out
her.
to Jen.
I don't know.
Ain't that the truth, brother?
I don't know. I'm trying to get the employment commission involved. We'll see how this goes.
Jason works for Jen, says Ghost Hunter. Jason doesn't work for you? Question mark.
We work together.
That's right.
We're
A cohesive team.
Jen and I are a team.
And now I have happy birthday to you stuck in there. Hey, Andy, what's going on? Happy birthday to you.
That's horrible, by
Happy
the way.
birthday. Birthday. It's nobody's birthday. We celebrate our 10-year.
It is. It's
Last
Sigavax's birthday. It's why we just did that.
No, it's not Monuments. Monuments was last week. Sigavax, yes, is in fact today. Shout out to Sigavax. Dan Osborne. We work together. Yep. Keep telling yourself that, Jason. Oh, we do, Dan. Shout out to Dan
Have
Osborne.
you met Jen? Jen would not pull one over on you like that. Jen's like, nope, we work together. He lifts the heavy stuff, and she's the pretty and smart one.
There you go.
That's how that works. Works well. 11 years of bliss.
Hey, thanks, man. 11 years of bliss.
11 years of bliss, and forming a company that is something neither one of us ever dreamt would have been possible.
Crazy.
Is something I wish everybody had the opportunity to do with their partner. It will teach you lots.
Dan Osborne says, big congrats to you all. Seriously, massive stuff.
Thank you,
Truly proud of your success. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. We
I
make
owed
good
to
stuff.
Jen stuck by me through the thick and thin of me being like, I don't want to do this.
Keep putting paint on the model. Is 10 years, is that Wizard's Butt anniversary? Technically, no. It's Monuments anniversary. We could just keep the party going. Speaking of the party going, tomorrow, mark your calendars. We are going to be doing the June challenge review tomorrow. So make sure if you did that to stick around tomorrow. And yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow. Put it on your calendar. And if you're not familiar with what I am even talking about, hit up our Discord right here. Schlanky.
What even is that, Chris?
Ooh, that's a great question. Right there. Hit that Discord link. We do a challenge every month where you can challenge yourself to be a better painter. Try something new. And another great segue.
Here we go again.
Check out the MAA link that I just posted. We're having it even again next year. I know we've been talking about that a lot, but hit that link right there. It'll give you all the information. More information coming on that.
It's coming up so fast.
And that's my TED Talk. We say that.
It's coming so fast.
I feel like, and this is an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway.
You or somebody in chat?
Me, Chris. I feel like this year, and not for bad or for worse, or wait, good for better or for better
whatever.
or for
to
Homs their Lee. For better or for worse, has been a long year. Like, this year has felt long to me.
Really?
Yes, like really intentional.
Really?
Kind of long. Yes, like it feels like it's been a year already.
Wow, I think it's flying by.
I can't relate.
Really?
It really does feel like the yeah, it does.
Crazy.
The Adepticon was not that long ago.
No.
So for me, I'm like, wow, it feels like it was an eternity ago.
Oh.
Because it's just,
See, for me, I look
don't
at
know.
it and I say Adepticon was too long ago for it to feel the way like it was just yesterday. Like, to me, it feels like it was more recent. But
Really?
then when I look at it, I'm like, no, Adepticon was a long time ago.
It was.
You know?
But, yeah, it's...
Because we are still April, May, June, and, we're 3 months removed. I'm about to go up to the Adepticon family barbecue. And that's like, what? And Gen Con is right around the corner? Like, it's just too much. It seems like too fast.
Too furious.
It's going to be freaking
Yeah, man.
2027 before you know it. I don't know what to do with that information.
Dan says, yeah, this year has been long. So long. But also going quick. So much going on. Still much left. I know. There's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. What's making it long for everybody?
I don't know. It's not a bad thing, right? I'm really being intentional with all the time that we're given, right? Every day. Have to be. Mo says, it feels long to we the people of chat since your arrival.
Wow.
Doing the Lord's work out there, Mo.
They're saying that it feels long because of listening to you, Chris. That's what he just said.
Yes. Oh, Ghosty, this is an interesting question. Is it possible to start from a magenta for non-metallic silver? That's a bold move.
Yeah, I would start, from a dark magenta maybe. I typically would use magenta as an adder later on to bring in like environmental effects or features into it by glazing it on. But you can start any non-metallic surface from any color you like. Really.
Yeah. Yep. Ghost Hunter said, are we going to watch Squigmar's mini painting show?
No.
He's doing like a reality show, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've seen some trailers for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wad says there's a documentary called Idiocracy that covers this. Wait a minute, what? The slow motion train wreck that is in Fall of American Empire. Wad, no.
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy.
It will appear like that if all you do is focus on what the media is calling out as bad. There's a lot of good stuff. Chris and I were talking about that. There is so much good stuff here.
Put paint on the model. That's the moral of the story.
So much good stuff here.
Turn your mind towards the art.
You can't forget about the bad and let it happen around you. That's complacency and apathy. But you have to focus on the good, otherwise you don't have an expectation of realism, and you just go down a whirlwind of horrible nonsense, and you can be led anywhere in that condition.
Yeah.
So focus on what's good, and then get the energy to change what's bad.
Yeah, and set some time aside to do a hobby, specifically painting.
Specifically painting miniatures.
I'm totally being serious. You got to set some time aside purposefully to rest that mind. Obviously, yes, we're painting minis. That's a lot of us in here's main thing, but make sure you do set that time aside, even if it's just for a little bit. It'll do you wonders. Yeah, we're having a therapy Thursday on Tuesday. I got to get some batteries for our therapist, actually. I got to write that down.
I'll take his place.
Man, it's so much cheaper to get him new batteries. Let me tell you.
Then to have me do it?
No, just therapy in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
He can solve all of our stuff with a
Tell me about your mother.
Tell me about your mother. Don't talk to my mother that way. What are you talking about?
Let's discuss more of that next week. He gives you the cold shoulder a lot. When we meet next time. What do you mean next time? Yeah. You mean we're done this time?
I'm right here. I would like you to start a journal.
A journal.
Dan says, is Jason playing War Machine now? Question mark, exclamation mark.
Dan, I was just telling the story about how we played War Machine in my garage after GW days. For those of you who don't know, Dan Osborne worked with me at GW in my GW days, and Dan left the company. And then when I left the company, Dan and I stayed close friends and would wind up getting together and trying to play War Machine. We tried to play it, like, I think out in Glendale, California and stuff, where the players were just too win at all cost for me.
Yeah.
But then we would take back, we had a table full of terrain in my garage. Mm-hmm. And we would play at my house. But yeah, we fell into War Machine pretty hard. And that was back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Or I guess mid 2000s.
Dan said, haha, yeah, I remember that too. You had Signar and Trolls, question mark?
Signar and Cricks and Trolls, yeah.
Now we have everything.
Now we have everything. Well, I don't have...
Sweet gamer days.
There are some armies we don't have, Chris, believe it or not. And we will not have them. We do not have Crucible Guard.
Oh, yes.
We do not have a lot of them. We don't have Conversion of Cyrix or whatever it is.
Oh, there's another one, yeah.
Right? There's some that we don't have.
Yeah, we've been playing on Fridays.
We don't have Cephalix.
Cephalix.
But we do have all the other ones pretty much.
Yeah. It's good to get... It's always great to see your models painted on the table.
Yeah,
even
that's why
they're not like
I'm on this army painting spree rather than I have a lot of display models I want to be painting.
Even if it's not fully complete though, just like getting the primer on and the base coats, that'll definitely help.
Problem is I'm going to have to do like a full-on display model to be a palette cleanser instead of an easy one. We went from painting,
that's true.
We went from painting in depth to doing gaming model palette cleansers to painting 50 million armies, and now I don't remember how to paint anything but armies. Here, let's use one step on everything.
Oh, Oaken Fury, great question. It's about, I'm about to order a primer. Did I hear Jason say taupe over purple makes a good Zenithal a couple weeks ago?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, that's what I do on every model now.
Yeah, taupe over dark purple is fantastic.
Like, one step over it.
Even if you didn't want to do double primer, dark purple, pale yellow is fantastic. But yes. You are on the right path. Dark purple primer as your shadow is always a great start, regardless of what you're painting, unless what you're painting is purple. At which point in time, switch to one of the other ones, usually black with like a dark blue if you're painting purple. But, yeah, they work like a champ. Champion!
Tech Badger says, yeah, I saw that stream and it looked incredible. Yes, I've been also doing the dark purple with red oxide and taupe as well, which I also love. But I've been messing with a lot of black brown primer now too, with a taupe Zenithal.
Yep, black brown is great.
I've also been painting. Man, Been painting my knights. I've got those going. I got a lot of stuff going. Gotta
cool.
have projects.
Very cool.
Do you still do the white for one step? Yeah, he does white too. Black and white.
These are all black and white. These are black, gray, and white. I did black primer and then a coat of neutral gray zenithal and then bright neutral gray and then a dry brush of white.
Is this painted?
So when you look at one that doesn't have any of the other stuff on it, this is how I did the zenithal. So it's black and then neutral gray and then bright neutral gray and then a white dry brush. So the white dry brush catches the edges. The grays give you your contrast buildup, and then when you hit it with the one-step paints, you still get a nice volume buildup for the armor to do the chromatic black. And I just did our dark blue black over them.
Is this painted right here, this face? There's it.
Mm-mm.
No, okay. I'm like, wait a second.
No, that's just a zenithal. I just didn't slop any paint on it.
Right.
Today is brought to you by the deliciousness of QT.
No, it's not. Or is
Make
it?
sure to make every trip quick. Pick
QT.
up a day-old hot dog and a over-the-counter Arnold Palmer.
Can we confirm that the hot dogs are all a day old? Is that confirmed?
No, they're delicious.
They're amazing. Yes, you do like the Quick Trip hot dogs.
I had 2 for lunch.
I haven't had a hot dog in a long time.
I just had 2 for lunch.
Maybe you haven't seen it. Of course, no problem. Does Monument have crackle bases? I was looking for a site, but by the tubes. No, we don't have any crackle paint.
Nope.
Watt says, you want positive? I'll give you positive. I got an email. My wizard's butt set is on the way. Yes, you did, you big old winner, you. Yes. Congratulations. You're all winners in my eyes.
Wait a minute.
GK Models says, Jason, can you give me a quick one-on-one on texture, how to avoid unwanted texture, and how to create some different materials like cloth and wood, etc. Tips on textures and creating them. Or avoiding them in some cases.
Yeah, so you're asking a great question because you can get into a spot. You're talking about brush control. Everything that we're talking about where you're painting textures comes down to brush control and the ability to be able to keep your the paint being applied in a way that either shows the brush stroke or the application or doesn't, right? And so you have smooth to rough. When I talk, you'll hear me say that I'm using a very loose brush stroke. A very loose brush stroke will be rougher. It'll be more textured, more or artsy, and that it shows your brush strokes. And a lot of times I'll do that. Like on fabric, I will loosen my brush stroke up so that I have a lot more of the hash marking going on, so it looks like loose thread or the feeling of thread. Doing skin or bark or stone, I might do the same. Anything that has a natural texture to it. And then when doing other surfaces, like usually with skin, I'm going very smooth, unless I'm doing like trolls or orcs or something like that. That's going to be more beat up. But then on armor, I might start smooth and then add in scratch textures and things like that. So it's a very nuanced thing, if that's the right term, because it's you saying, how does this material I'm painting want to look?
Yeah.
And what can I do differently with my brush stroke so that it doesn't look like the rest of the model? So for me, the way that I teach is that, metal on a model can look any way you want to. I typically wouldn't say stipple metallic, but some people do, and it looks okay.
Yeah.
But stippling to me looks softer. It looks like wool or thick pile fabric and things like that. So stippling has a definite feel to it because it gives a soft, almost. It's what the airbrush does, is it atomizes paint and puts it on the model in dots. Now, depending on how you thin it, those dots spread and blend together, but airbrushing always looks a little bit out of focus because of how soft it applies, because it turns the paint into a lot of dots. So when you stipple and you create a lot of dots, it also creates a softness to it that can have a little bit harder edge. If you do it with more contrast, you can create a little bit more of a texture with it that doesn't feel as soft. But for typical applications, stippling will give you softer textures. Hash marking can give you very rough textures, but it will look like something akin to fabric or wood bark, something with a grain to it. You can do metal that way because metal actually has a grain, so you'll see me do non-metallic metal with a lot of hash marking. And then when you blend smoothly, now that gives you another way to look at a surface. So that could be polished metal that doesn't see the texture because you've blended it all together. And so utilizing all of those at the right spot is what gives you the dimension of what we call material focus on a model, so that you can see, oh, that's supposed to be leather because I've used this kind of stippled hashing to show it being beat up. And then, that's metal because it has, very bright contrast and shine to it, but also the scratches on it. And then for skin, I do it smooth so it doesn't look like either. Because again, when we're looking at stuff like material focus, one of the best ways to think about it is again with the black and white filter. Do you have that Hunter that I did the black and white on?
The Hunter,
the one you did.
Yes. Let me look at it. Hey, really quick, Next Level Painting. Shout out, Kenny. 111 months. We appreciate you, man.
Here's a good example. Right?
I think I do. Let me check.
This sword is all completely flat resin. There's no texture on the face of the sword, but I've painted it with texture on there with intent where it's like splotchy and it looks almost like that would be rough metal, and that the polished edge is the only thing that's flat. I don't know if you can see, but okay, perfect. Yeah. I don't know if the camera will let us see, but there's absolutely no texture to this. It's a flat piece of resin. This model is flat across the center of the sword.
Yeah.
Right? The only texture that's there is because I painted texture on. And so I painted the texture like it was the rough steel that has all of the carbon, buildup on it, and that we just go to smoother, linear, right? I have all of my texture on the blade goes in this horizontal, like it was polished that way.
Yep.
And so I've used my shine to show it that that's going to be smooth. This is going to be textured, and I've highlighted and used it that way with a very deliberate, freehand texture that I've done. And then you'll see that I've got some texture on the armor itself, where because metal has a grain to it, right? And so you'll see that grain goes with the curve of the armor, but it's done in a very intentful way. All of the grain for all of the colors goes in the same direction until I have something like a scratch or a highlight on a dent or something like that, right? And then on the skin, I've got some texturing that I've done, but it's smoother than the metal. And then again, with all of the stuff like the skull, I'll use a little bit looser brushstroke and maybe some stippling so that it looks a little bit different than the metal. Color works a lot in there too. But all of these things work together so that when you are looking at it in without color, right, that you can still tell that there are differences in what you're painting. And that's really the key for material focus. And that's what we've done here, although this doesn't need to be in black and white because it is painted black and white.
And I just put a link there really quick that shows that whole how to paint different textures. Is a great video to watch, by the way.
Right. This one is, this is all black and white.
Yep.
Just black and white. The jeans almost look like they have a blue to them, just because of the way I've mixed the gray in with the white, whereas on the metal I've just gone black to white. So showing you that both with the method you apply the color, there's no hatching done on the metal handcuff area, right? It's just applied color, and it's just gone for very big step in contrast, so it looks like metal, has the shine to it. Whereas on the jeans, I took a little bit much looser approach and did it to where it looks like beat up denim, and I went through a gray and a not pure white highlight. So these are just differences of gray. There's no pure white on the jeans, so that you get the highlight you need, but you keep the material from being as reflective by not going as bright. It allows you the leeway to use that here. But this is how you would paint a whole model in just black and white, is that you would use the various gradients of gray to tell you all of your reflective qualities. And so, using texture that way can get you a lot of storytelling too. Now, there's no rule as to what texture you use where, but the eye will kind of notice, right? If you did the jeans smooth and the texture on the metal, it might throw you for a little bit of a loop, but you could probably pull it off. You just have to do it with a very heavy dose of intent.
Yep. There you go. Check out that link also I posted. You will, that video is a great one. And again, shout out to Kenny.
Kenny Boucher!
We appreciate you. 111 months. The OG. Somebody was asking, did you, Tech Badger said, did that sword have those chips and notches already, or did you carve those in?
Chips and notches.
Yeah, the sword there had like you had painted some scritches and
On
scratches.
the Nurgle guy?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
the sword.
It already had like the notches in the
Yep,
edge.
that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, it had the notches in the edge already.
Cool.
It just didn't have any of the texture on the face of it. It was flat.
And D Bowler said, what did you use on that bird?
What do you mean?
Like what colors probably?
It's all Payne's gray and white blue mix to get the main feathering done, and then royal purple glazed on the underneath to give it that shadow of royal purple that offsets it from the rest of the model a little bit better. It's a chromatic black. There's no black on that.
Super duper. I did it. I have an old Umbry command set coming tomorrow. I'll see you on the 17th.
Old Umbry is that's a good deal. That's kind of like the old Circle Orboros.
6 p.m.
Right? They've got like Ursine werewolves, right? The bear wolves. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, GK Models, check that video out for all of you who I was just referencing. This is a great video about textures and painting different textures, so hit that, which will take you to our website and our link in our Learn tab. There you go. Mojo Kojo, if we pester Jason enough, will he finally write a book of knowledge? Mojo Kojo, I'm
just waiting on an editor.
Also, I don't know if you know this, but he does that every day.
Well, I would do the book, but I got to get an editor. Somebody has to do it because I don't have the time to do it on my own.
That's a lot
Running
of work.
this business and doing all the stuff that we do with Monument doesn't allow me time to create a product like that because it's so personal. It takes all of me to do it, which I'm more than willing to do, but I would have to have an editor that knew how to do that and make it successful to produce the right kind of content in the right way. Because if I had to do it, then I would have to hire somebody to run the company for me. So I either need an editor or I need a CEO who works for Pizza
the Hut
and compliments.
DJ Snazzy.
Pizza and Attaboys. You can come be you have to have a proven track record. Like you have to run a 8-figure business.
Swifty Bear, hey, since you're doing purple, I was thinking of using red, black, or black red, I can't remember, for a base for a velvety purple. Yeah. Would that work?
Heck yeah.
Or would it lean more blue?
No, heck yeah. I think that red works great. I thought this guy, yesterday we painted the cloak red, and then I decided that I wanted to switch over to purple. And so in switching to purple, I left the red on there and then just glazed the dark purple over the top, and it worked really well. So it's going to be a little bit different than these other ones that I just started with the dark purple. Because dark purple as a base is a little bit more blue, but over the red it works great. You know, purple having both blue and red as a component are ways that you can use both of those colors to accent it very easily.
What's going on,
That's
Scorch?
usually how you have to look at purple is, does it lean more blue or red? And what is my goal with it? You know, do I want to add more magenta? Do I want to add more blue to get to the finish line the way I've envisioned it? That's always my struggle with purple, is that it is such a flexible color. It can run the gamut of...
It can do anything you want it to.
It literally can do anything you want it to, and you just have to know what you want it to do and whether that means more red or blue. And you wind up changing it along course. Right? Like the way I'm looking at it right now is that I could probably stand and do a magenta wash over the top of this to get it where I really want it. Okay. But I'm going to wait until I paint some more of it and get the army laid out in front of me with more of the purple. Because I really am liking the black armor on the purple. It's the right choice. Like this guy's big old long hair.
What are you going to do with the hair, Jason?
I don't know.
That's what everybody's just thinking right now, and I just said
probably like coal black on a bunch of them.
What are you doing with the hair?
Because they're vampire elves, so black hair makes sense, right? But there could be some white hair, you know, grayish white.
I got some white hairs going.
This guy with his big shock of hair could be one that would be really good to do as like white hair.
Could be.
I could see that.
Hair will be black purple, says Fuzzsaw.
No, I wouldn't use any of the purple or blues or any of the colors from the rest of the stuff in the hair. I think just coal black and grays would be the right choice. Although that's kind of right now what I've decided to do with the leather bits. So I'm going to have to be careful and make a choice. Like maybe over the leather, I take a little bit of a brown, like a thin down brown wash, and put it to where the leather is black and gray, but with a hint of brown, to make it feel like, more like real leather, right? Because black leather is just dyed somehow,
right,
and would have brown undertones to it anyway. So I do that, and then it would free me up to be able to do black hair. Again, I'm a stickler for trying to make different parts of the model be different colors. Even if you were painting something, monochromatic, you're going to have to change it a little bit. Like, if you wanted this whole model to be just different tones of purple, you'd have to make some a little bit more red, some a little bit more blue, some more faded, some more vibrant, in order to pull it off, because you're still trying to make it look like pants versus armor versus skin versus whatever else. That's the biggest chore with doing monochromatic paint jobs, is finding a way to have the same color live in all those different textures and pull it off, like we just showed with the blue jeans and the handcuffs.
Yeah.
And so because the armor is this chromatic black, I still have the ability to use a true neutral black, like coal black and grays, but I can't do whole lots of different things in coal black and gray. So I have to figure out how to keep those separate. And I want to do the skin in kind of a cool grayish, bluish, undead.
November says game delay. You're thinking of game delay says, do vampire elves only feed on elves? Oh
no, they feed on all the living things.
Do they?
100%.
I don't know, man.
They have a rule called vampiric. When a living model dies within their control range, they get to heal D3 wounds.
Ow.
My whole army does.
You like that? That's what they sound like when they're eating stuff.
Chomp.
Chomp, chomp.
Or
yum,
maybe
yum.
vampiric is when, I think for vampiric, for the normal troops, it's when they box or remove from play a living model, they get to heal. If they all healed by vicinity, that would be broken. But
which army, Jason, are you liking the best when it comes
rules
to
wise or looks wise?
Rules wise.
Rules wise.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. The problem with War Machine is I like so many of them because they have... War Machine is so different than most games you will play.
Okay.
And I have no skin in this game. They're actually competitors of ours, so, it's always weird for me to promote them. But the reality is that the game has always been fantastic in the sense that each army... I have 50 models on the table right now in front of me. And these 50 models, by swapping out this one leader, right?
Yeah.
This is a leader. This is a leader.
Yep.
There's more leaders here. Where's the dude with it? Yeah, this guy is my favorite model leader. He's riding like a big elk.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's cool. These are leaders, and there's another one around here someplace too. So all of this whole army changes dramatically. Oh, here she is. Right? And then, of course, there's Knife Lady, right? These are the 5 casters, right? And so these 5 casters are all very different in what they do, right? And so as leaders of your army, each one of these puts a different flavor, because this one likes a lot of warjacks and shooting. This one likes a lot of warjacks and punching. This one likes a lot of troops and fast movement. This one likes a lot of troops and slow, purposeful stuff. This guy also likes heavy-hitting troops. And then this one is like an amalgam of everything. She plays very defensively. Yeah. So she allows you to control the board and more of like a magic playing blue, right? And so all of these feel different in regard to how they play. And you could keep the entire list the same, spend all this money or whatever you wanted to build this army, paint this army, and just have a change of this one character in all of your lists, because the characters don't cost any points. Yeah. So the way your armies are built is that your character is free, and then all of the points are in the rest of the army. So if you play 100 points, the rest of your list doesn't have to change. It's already 100 points. And then you can swap out the leader, and that army plays entirely different, because the leader is your biggest support piece. They cast all these spells that make your army work in certain ways. Yeah. And so by doing that, now I can have, in this case, 5 different ways to play this same army without really changing it. Now, you will want to change. You'll want to have more warjacks for one than the other, and you'll do some slight changes to the list, but it won't be like buying a whole nother army.
Yeah.
But like with other games like 40K, if I want to play Space Marines, I play Space Marines. And maybe I could switch from Ultramarines to Imperial Fist and have it play a little different if they had like a faction keyword and things that happened. But usually what you do to get the type of change in the way an army plays is you would have to buy another army. You'd go and you'd buy Eldar to play differently because Eldar are fast and shooty and glass cannony. So if you wanted that, you'd go play that. But I can have that in this army, and then I can also make this exact same army of all these exact same models ultra tough and play like a beat your face in slow moving foot slaughter army. Or I can have them be really fast glass cannons just by changing the caster. Same models, same stat lines. I don't have to remember anything else. So for me, as an old guy, it's a lot more beneficial that way.
Yeah.
Because I can just say, okay, well, I'm going to try this same list with so-and-so. And then the army plays completely different. I can decide if I like it or whatever. So
Nice.
So from that standpoint, the army that intrigues me the most is hard to figure out because they all have nuances of how they play. They're all different in their own right. Because they have like overarching themes. You know, these guys are vampiric elves.
Yeah.
Undead vampiric elves. So they do a lot of collecting of soul tokens when things die and heal themselves and recursion. Right? And so that's kind of a global theme that you use.
Yeah.
But they also hit hard. They don't have as many warjacks. They don't have as many big, tough things. But they can play that way. And so that is appealing to me. I like the models. I told somebody in chat that I think that model-wise, these are the ones that I'm liking the most so far. But the Signar Gravediggers are amazing.
Yeah.
I think they're some of the best models ever in War Machine. They're the old trencher, Signar trenchers. So they're like lots of leather pouches and rotator cannons and, you know, they airdrop jacks onto the field. So they're like that forward deployment, you know, invading Marine force that feels really good. So again, they all have a nuance to them. Crix is really cool. So I don't know. I like all of them.
We love all of the things. Old Gamer says, I paint a blue cape, okay? I use some blues like blue-black for the darkest and then dark blue and use ultramarine blue.
Yep.
And how would you normal blue, because it looks totally different, more vibrant, how would you use them together? Okay. Sorry.
Mix them.
There you go. Perfect.
So if I'm doing something where I
Wasn't
want like a
able to
desaturated blue and maybe ultramarine or dark gray blue is working well for me, instead of just jumping in and adding blue into the mix, because blue might be too vibrant, too saturated, then I will mix blue in and let it do its work that way. So remember yesterday, if you go back and watch yesterday's stream, we did a section where it shows you how 2 colors become 5. The remnants of it are in my hand.
I clipped that, by the way.
And so being able to mix in, you know, a vibrant, very saturated color into a desaturated palette works very, very well. And so you've always got the use of a color, even if you don't want to see it in its primary state, is the way to think about it. So take something like our blue, mix it in with dark blue, and that will give you an in-between color that allows you to have some of that punch that the blue would have brought without going all the way. You don't have to commit fully to that, oh my God, blue. You can just have it add a little bit of that flavor to the model, and it works great. And that's true of every color. So you may say you're painting yellow. Well, you may start with yellow ochre. You want a very desaturated desert yellow. So you start with yellow ochre, and then in order to highlight it, you're worried that, oh gosh, but if I go to like regular yellow, that becomes too bright and yellow, like candy yellow for me. So I don't want to do that. Well, then start adding in yellow to yellow ochre. It'll brighten it up, or pale yellow to yellow ochre. You'll get the brighter value you want. Keep it in the spectrum of yellow, but never have to encroach on that, you know, that candy, you know, primary color yellow that may take you over the top. Like if you're painting Imperial Fist and you want them to look like they're very dirty, then you don't want to jump to a full, you know, primary color, you know, kids' toy yellow.
There you go. The mo you know.
You know, around here we have a saying that value and volume do all the work and color gets all the credit. Start thinking in terms of your colors all being represented by a dark, mid-tone, and bright version of the color. and work from there, because you'll find that now you can say, well, I just need a dark yellow, something that represents my dark yellow. Maybe that's a dark orange or dark brown. Then I need a mid-tone yellow, like a yellow ochre or a warm yellow. And then you need a bright yellow, but you don't have to reach for bright yellow. You can reach for a bright color and mix it with your mid-tone to keep it on hue. So that if you don't have the right yellow, maybe you have 3 yellows, a dark one, a mid one, and a light one, but together they look funky. They're not all the same yellow. One's a little more green, one's a little bit warmer, one's a little too brown. And if you use all 3 of them on a model, it looks kind of funky. Like bismuth yellow highlighting a yellow ochre is weird. Can it work? Sure. But it only works if you mix them together first. Right? Because they're 2 different types of yellow.
Where's my finger?
What's that?
Where's my pointy finger?
Your pointy finger?
Oh, it's over here.
I have so many of these dudes.
I made a discovery last night.
What'd you make a discovery of, Chris? I'd like to hear.
I was painting my Horus Heresy armigers for my Knights army, right? I came up with a really fun Fire Wasp scheme that I'm really liking.
I thought you already had one.
What do you mean?
Fire wasps.
No.
That's how you're painting your Warlord Titan.
Yes, but I did it less rusty on these guys, if that makes sense.
You didn't go whole hog.
I didn't go whole hog. Then what I did was I took magnesium and I got most of it off, right, of the brush, and I just dry brushed everything, but like going upwards on the panels and how it caught the panels, and it was wonderful. And I realized that, Dan, I should probably post that in Discord, which now that I'm thinking, because what I just described is kind of like, well, buddy, show us the goods.
He talks a lot.
I do, and I should just show you. I'll do that tonight. But I really liked it, and that's all I have to say, I guess.
That's my TED Talk.
Great story, right?
Yeah, great story. Thanks.
Thanks,
Can you
everybody.
give us the clapping hands over there?
Hey, yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'm here till Thursday. Spread the veal.
Try the fish.
Yeah, I'll yes, my knights for Horus Heresy. Horse Heresy. Strong finish, Chris. Thank you, Rogue Leader. Perfect. I did a thing.
Great story.
I put paint on the
storyteller.
model.
Great storyteller.
The moral of the story is magnesium you can literally use for anything metal bits wise.
100%.
That's what I was going to say, because I'm like, I wonder what this would look like. And you can just do magnesium on everything.
100%. Magnesium is such a great guy. I say all the time, if you're wondering what your base coat for silver should be, magnesium. If you're wondering what your base coat for gold should be, magnesium. Bronze, magnesium. It lives in that nice space right between white and yellow metal.
Yeah.
And works so great as a dark tone for either or both. So.
Dude, I would say it is definitely up there as one of my favorite colors.
You have a lot of favorite colors.
I do. I do love.
I'm just saying. I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
I do have a lot of favorite colors.
I'm just saying.
I have a select few.
I'm just saying.
They're all our favorite.
You have a lot.
The color I'm currently using is typically my favorite color.
Yeah, that's the way I put it. What's your favorite color? This one?
The one that I'm using to make.
Although
this
lately
fight.
I think I have to admit that my favorite color is purple.
You have been on this
I'm on a purple kick, man.
This LA Lakers kind of
This has none of that going on. I will not stand for that. Do not talk about my painting like that.
You have
I
been
cannot
liking
stand the LA Lakers.
You've been liking yellow and purple though.
Well, they are great colors.
They are.
There's a reason
colors.
why the Laker uniform is so recognizable, because they are tremendous compliments.
It's a great color scheme. But yes, you have these started as red and you went back to purple. It's like the universe is trying to tell you something, man.
Well, I just make the right choice.
Yeah.
Sometimes
World's trying to tell you something, man. Scorcher. Frigid Phoenix, what's up, my man?
I say all the time, the model will let you know what it needs to be.
We're like Phoenix Suns.
You just have to listen.
That's right.
All you have to do is listen. It's when you don't listen to what the model wants to be, and you will go back and say, you know what? Green would have been a better choice. You know, I painted these last night, and Chris probably laughed at me. He sat here while I was like, oh, God, grumble, grumble. Because I painted a green cloak, a red cloak,
yeah,
a plum cloak.
Yes, you painted many cloaks.
I painted lots of different colors.
There was a lot of decision making.
And then I took pictures of them and went home after Chris left.
Yeah.
I painted 3 or 4, and then I went home and stared at the pictures, and none of them were the right color. Like, I just wasn't happy with any of them. And so all night long, not all night long, I got to the point where I got frustrated thinking about it, so I stopped thinking about it. And then this morning, when I came to the office, sat down and just looked around and thought about it again, and I was like, you know what? I think purple is the choice.
Yeah?
And I just am going to do and try purple. And so I did after I got done with all my work. And after lunch, Chris came in, and I came in here, and I painted one purple, and he goes, oh, you're painting them purple.
That's where you left off last night.
And look at this. So.
And now we're purple. Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And this is where we're at. So, I'm practicing what I preach is, follow your instincts on a model. Let it become what it wants to be, and don't fight it. If you like it, don't worry about if you just painted an army. Now, I wouldn't paint them the same color combo that I just painted another army entirely, unless it was something I was, commissioning and didn't care because it wasn't going to sit in the case next to it. But I'm obviously not going to paint these the same as the... Because I thought that gray would be really good, but that's what we're doing for the Tau.
Ooh.
And even though the black armor on the Tau is a different black, to do these gray would have been way too similar.
Now, Phoenix MDK says, what's the difference between magnesium and dark bronze?
Lots.
What is the paint difference?
Less brown.
In magnesium.
Yeah. Magnesium is more of a...
Dark bronze too, man.
They're both great colors, but they have very big differences.
All of our metallics are pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. I've been really falling in love with steel and magnesium, and then dry brushing steel, and then putting iron oxide.
Everybody screamed for steel for years and years and years. And they love it now that it's out. I would always just mix silver and dark silver, but people are lazy, so I got steel. And steel is a great color.
Dan, you said you just got the metallic set. Oh, you're gonna love them. It's good stuff. Magnesium and petroleum brown will wash really nice, dirty, oily metal.
Yeah, highlight it.
Yeah.
I think I highlight that with something like steel, and then do the petroleum wash on it. But yes, 100%.
Yeah,
the magnesium itself is very, very dark, so. It does need some highlighting.
Baby J says, I'm just going to put this mix here for you, Chris. My name's Baby J.
He doesn't talk like that at all. It doesn't sound anything like him.
That was pretty close, Jason.
It doesn't sound anything like Jordan.
I was like, are there 2 Baby J's in here? Because there's only one Chris and not 2 Baby J's.
Okay, so... he's never...
My name's Baby J.
Oh, God.
I'll figure it out.
You won't.
You said something, Jordan, and then you left me hanging. What's the deal, Mr. Commenter, you?
Mr. Commenter, you.
Mr. Chatter, you.
You
Mr.
Commenter, you.
Mr. Chatterbox, let's go. Give me this recipe. God.
So many elves.
Jason, you do this to yourself.
Hey.
And that's not a bad thing.
I was all excited about War Machine because I only had to paint 20 models. And then I got 6 armies. And now it was, okay, well then that's 120 models. I can do that. That's less than one Warhammer army.
Baby J says that's the story of your life.
and then I'm like, but wait a minute. Yikes. Some of these armies have 50 models.
All right. Baby J's got a workup for you.
For me?
For me.
Oh.
Steel, then wash of black wash. Dark green plus dark green brown. Add a bit of special sauce and a touch of water. And bang, boom, bow. You got it.
Bang, boom, bow.
There you go. Baby J. Shout out to Baby J. Let's just get a round of applause.
Free pub for Baby J.
He's the man, the myth, the legend.
Free pub for Baby J. He was supposed to be here with you today.
He was. Technically.
Baby J was supposed to be painting today, and I was supposed to be in France.
That's right.
I am not in France, and Baby J is not here painting.
Story of my life.
Story of my life.
Green Brown one step. Oh, I'll have to give that a try, I guess, Jordan, if that's your real name.
Wow. The animosity is real with this one.
You're going to have to finish that orc at some point, Baby J. We'll have to continue that saga the next time you need to be on stream. Bystar says, I was curious why your coal black paint is magnetic when dried. Do you use black iron oxide pigment?
100%. Yep. That is why.
Plus, like I said, I have been really playing with those weathering pigments. I've been really liking them.
It's the same as our black iron oxide weathering pigment.
Yep. It's amazing.
Black iron oxide. Turns out,
you mix
magnetic.
That
we had
with
some
steel?
fool out on the internet be like, "God, be careful of what they put in their paint." I'm like, dude, do you understand magnetism at all? It ain't dangerous.
These crazy kids.
I wouldn't eat it because you don't eat the paint.
Baby J says, then you can stipple on some sponge the steel. Yeah, okay, all right. Baby J says, it's okay, Jason. I forgive you. What do you say to that?
I say thank you for your forgiveness.
And
I will sleep better tonight, Jordan.
Will you?
I was going to sleep good anyway.
Dan, don't eat the paint. False.
Don't eat paint, Dan.
We don't do that.
We've had this conversation.
Wait,
don't do it.
One of the paints is inedible? I wouldn't eat any of the paints.
Oh, all of the paints are inedible. It turns out that non-toxic does not mean you can eat it. That's not what that means. Just throw it out there for you people.
We're going to put on our serious business legal pants. Don't eat the stuff.
Like people are like, but you say it's non-toxic. I was like, do you have any idea what that means?
Yeah. So is this paper. I don't know. You can do
exactly.
So many things. Like, yeah, so is this piece of wood.
Yeah, it's not mean it's edible.
Hey, so you're telling me it's okay to eat. If it's non-toxic, I can put it in my mouth hole.
People gonna peep.
Yeah, Jason had some really wise wisdom for the youths earlier today.
People gonna peep.
Krieg, so is the stainless made of low carbon steel? No.
It's high carbon steel.
I don't know what to do with all of you people. What do you mean, you people? That's the comment that's coming. Game Delay says, do you get your serious business legal pants from the same place I do? I thought it was just a lawyer thing. Thank you, Game Delay.
No,
Shout out to Game Delay.
It's that secret aisle at Goodwill.
Yes.
If you go to Goodwill and say, I need the serious legal pants department, they take you to the back.
Yeah, there.
They take you to the back, and they go behind a curtain, and then you can't tell people what you see.
Oh, I don't wear pants. None of us wear pants.
I'm wearing pants. Like full-on pair of jeans.
Nobody wears pants here. Draw says Chris doesn't wear pants. I saw the matte varnish. Oh, yes.
That's also true. That was one of the greatest things because he didn't storyboard that for us, that commercial. I had no idea that was even happening. And then just a video shows up for my approval. And I'm like, what is this? And they made a thing, and it was the matte varnish commercial.
He's
and
a
I was
great guy,
like,
matte varnish.
And I was like, oh, this is brilliant.
Very
and then he
silly.
throws his bare leg and boxers over the table, and I'm like, Chris, you are a mad genius.
It's very silly. These old pants.
This is what he does on his own.
We don't wear pants
without
here.
approval, and he's still employed.
There you go, huzzah!
So there you go. For all of those that said it must be horrible to work at Monument Hobbies, Chris is testament that is not the truth.
I took my pants off and filmed it,
and didn't get fired.
There you go.
He didn't even get a call to HR.
I don't think
I
HR was here.
I literally had to deflect HR. I had to say, "Oh, he's not here today.
Schwanky.
May I take a message?"
That's the sound of deflection. Schwank.
Yeah, I had to deflect. Talk about slings and arrows. I have protected your employment here way too many times, buddy.
Oh, speaking of employment.
Not doing it.
Welcome in, everybody. It's
everybody.
Tuesday. Plot twist. Chris is HR. I could be. Isaac Schaefer Oh, does Chris have an OnlyFans? Just for my feet. I don't.
Welcome to Chris's Feats.
It's literally just here. I keep a 24-hour live cam on OnlyFans of my feet here in the studio, even when I'm not in here. So many hours out of the day. Oh my goodness.
There's just a camera of like where your feet should be.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Dan says behind the curtain, that's where the tasty paint samples are. Gosh, Dan.
He's just
we gotta watch out for you, mister.
He's one of the MAA crew. We're gonna have to rethink this.
Oh, Jason, you couldn't have pitched that segue any better. Check out that link for the MAA 2027. You too can start painting immediately. There's more information coming on that, so make sure you keep
Get to
checking
painting,
back.
fools. Paint, you fools.
The moral of the story is paint what you want. Magnesium is the best. Heck yeah.
Paint, you fools. I gotta make sure now that I see that guy had like a cloth on his face. Have I missed other guys with cloths on their face?
Rocco says, I just pictured Chris walking into HR with
just the shield, bros.
Walking in with an HR hat and asking where Chris is. That's hilarious. No, Double T, we're not doing any special competitions or anything for Gen Con.
Nope.
But, like I said, make sure you hit that link right there. All the information is going to be coming out over till next year, April.
Unfortunately, Gen Con won't give us the booth size we need.
Gen Con's a tough one for us.
They're tough nut to crack because they don't care.
Big and
they literally don't care.
We're kind of a small fish there, as crazy as that sounds, right?
They don't care. They're all about tenure and how much you've paid them for marketing and all that kind of stuff, which is good, but they're a bigger event. Yeah. And you have to have a lot more credit built up with them than we have.
Game Delay says, Schwunk and Schwanky are the reasons you have to call HR. Oh, Game Delay, we shop at the same legal pants store is what I got from you today.
So he doesn't call HR. HR calls for him, and I tell him, he's not here. Could you please call back Tuesday?
I don't...
Or maybe Friday. And then HR goes, we don't work on Friday, sir. And I'm like, well, then Tuesday. And then they call back on Tuesday, and I'm like, he's not here. Could you call back on Friday? And they're like, we don't work on Friday, sir. And I'm like, well, how about Tuesday?
Is that your impression?
Yes. Well, no, that's what I tell them.
Oh, that's
I'm not
true.
impressing anybody. I'm just like, hey.
Oh, yes.
I'm telling you, he's not here.
I ain't
Call
here.
back on Friday.
And
then this happens weekly.
I was here last Friday, though.
I've literally been deflecting for you like this for years.
Good.
And yet he's like, slings and arrows, Jason. That's an impression.
Oh, my. I don't even know what that was.
That was you.
Oh, God.
Chat, on a scale of 1 to 1,000,000, did I hit 999,000 with that impression? Well, hi, Jason. Hoopity-hoopity-hoo.
Why do I sound like the Mad Hatter?
I don't know. Why do you?
I don't know.
I nailed it.
I'm questioning all my life experiences.
I nailed it.
How are there 2 Chris's now?
See?
Y'all's Tony. Shout out. I just love all of you great people.
I don't feel the love, chat.
TK says, never understood why Michael Scott hated Toby until I was in a management position and had to talk to HR. Hey, that doesn't happen around here. We all love each other here. Isn't that right, Jason? Don't you blink, you. I need to make a macro so that I can really zoom in on those eyes when you're doing your...
We used to have the awkward man stare.
I'll get the awkward man stare.
I'll rebuild it.
I'll bring it back.
We're bringing the awkward man stare back, chat.
I will, and you have to look.
We've been asking for it for years. It's finally coming. It's happening.
It's coming.
It's happening, chat.
You know it, Mr. Man, you.
Mr. Man, you.
I had a teacher in my 6th grade class. His name was Mr. Man.
I had a teacher in junior high. Her name was Miss Hit.
Miss Hit?
Miss Hit.
I don't like that. Scorcher says, let's see how close the voice is. Have him say, Tahams their lees.
To harms their lees.
No, oh no! In my actual impression, Jason.
To harms their
Oh
lees.
golly!
To whomst there was.
To Tombster Twos.
The slings and arrows, chat.
Oh my!
I'm the boat who sails upon the water of chat.
That's true. This is true.
Jason is the captain of my seas.
Yikes! Jason, tell us a terrible dad joke, says Telemachus. I miss Jason's awkward man stares at my terrible dad jokes. Telemachus, we'll get you on there. I'll fix it. How, you know what? You want to do a live test right now?
Of the awkward man stare?
I don't know, actually, chat, you're going to have to bear with me, but we're going to do something fun here. I don't know, actually, how far this lens in particular can zoom in. You ready, Jason?
Oh, I was born ready, Christopher.
Let's see. We're at 30 millimeters right now, and it is a parfocal lens, so we have a lot. Oh, that's the awkward man stare. So there you go. Book it, Dano. I'll make a macro. All right. I delivered immediately. See? And as you guys could see that is a parfocal lens. So if you noticed, the camera and the lens itself didn't actually lose focus because the two elements are parfocal. So even though I zoomed in, the field of focus remained the same.
We're not doing metallics. We're doing non-metallics because, again, I'm an idiot.
That's my one camera nerdy thing of the day. Which the lenses that you see Jason are the same effect, so that I can zoom in and zoom out and macro it and bobbity boobity boop.
I wish he'd stop talking about technology.
Jen says the awkward man stare became a little sultry over the years. Oh,
hey, that's what makes it awkward. Awkward is a very subjective term. It changes with the days.
We'll get it down. I'll get it. Jen, I'll make a macro and I'll give you a button so you'll be able to press it.
I love that I just became sultry somehow.
I know.
Everybody always used to tell me I had bedroom eyes. I don't know what that means.
Bedroom eyes.
That's what everybody told me.
My.
The woman who made me dress up in the corn dog suit.
You have bedroom eyes. What?
Yeah.
Hey, you have bedroom eyes.
Here, wear this corn dog outfit.
What? Oh,
I was the Fletcher's corny dog man.
You could have gotten some serious money for that.
I was the Fletcher's corny dog man.
The Fletcher's corny dog man?
Yeah, it was the State Fair of Texas corny dog. I was the Fletcher's corny dog man in Texas.
HR says frigid.
I dressed up in the corny dog outfit. I was in the Fletcher's corny dog commercials.
I'm going to look it up. We're going to find one of these commercials. Frigid says, HR, Dad and Uncle are talking about bedroom eyes.
Dad and Uncle?
Wait a second.
You got a really dysfunctional family,
uncle?
buddy. You got a dysfunctional family for sure. If
yeah.
we're dad and uncle, you're screwed.
Yeah, I'll make one of the. I'll make a macro for that because otherwise I have to literally zoom the lens in. What a day! What a glorious day!
What a glorious day!
Speaking of glorious day,
I'm going to church tonight.
Chris has no unk energy?
He doesn't have unk energy. I think he has great unk energy.
What
are you talking about?
How dare you, sir?
I think Chris is like the ultimate fun uncle.
I have so many kids out there that call me uncle, it's not even funny.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. No. Fun uncle, not creepy uncle. Thank you, Dan. That is correct. I'm fun uncle over here.
Yeah, he's like
he's
got supreme fun uncle energy. Chris does.
A lot of my family friends, I'm Uncle Chris. What are you going to do?
We trusted him with our kids.
There you go. That's true. I'm trying to become Godfather Chris so that I can call myself
the Godfather. See, and he says I didn't mimic him perfectly. The Godfather. Like, I nailed it, chat. Literally nailed it. And he's over there going, I don't even know what my life is anymore. This is what my boss says I sound like.
Why, God? Somebody make me a godfather stat. I will godfather these kids. I tried to make I ran a campaign when in college way back in the day where I tried to convince all of my friends that were getting, engaged or married or thinking about having kids in the future. I'm like, great. When you do, please just give me the Godfather title. We don't have to do the whole
formality thing.
Yeah, we don't have to do the whole, just literally like, hey, he's the Godfather, so that I could have many godchildren. And then eventually own half of the Vegas Strip. But that never happened. So, unfortunately, I am Funkle.
Well, you're just hoping they bring you the envelopes every month.
Yes. And then I would provide the goods. Whatever that means to you.
You don't have to provide the goods. Do you even know what?
No,
what are you talking about? You just accept the envelope. It's
I know,
tribute.
but then I give back to all my godchildren. You gonna send out gifts to those kiddos, Chris? That's right. Everybody gets gifts from Godfather.
I don't think you want them.
That'd be a lot of presents. I'll be the fun joke uncle. There you go. I'd rather do that. Jokes aside, just a replacement. Okay, just got a replacement for Pro Sable 4 from JUL. Washed it with water and brush soap before using it. The bristles still are clumpy and splitting into big clumps. Any recommendations?
Need to contact customer service and shoot them a picture.
Yeah.
Let them see what you're faced with.
We definitely can help you out with that. But yes, make sure you hit up support. They'll get right to you.
If it holds a point when it's wet, then you're fine. If it's not holding a point when it's wet, then yeah, contact support.
You were just tapping your feet on the ground, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Why?
Because it sounded like somebody was walking in here.
No.
Ah! That's the start of every horror movie. I gotta look around the corner before we die. We're good. I would trust my children with Chris, but mostly because the youngest is 13 and they can feed themselves. Hey, game delay. I'm a good uncle. I'm a good funkle.
He's the dog uncle.
There you go.
He watched Cora and Poppy and did a great job.
I did. I loved watching Cora and Poppy.
Did a great job.
They're very cute.
They loved him.
I watch people's dogs. Uncle, Dunkle, whatever you want. Fun Uncle. Isn't that what it's called? Funkle? Fun Uncle?
Hey, you do you. Over
I don't know about that one.
You over there.
I'm just
painting miles of purple.
Just don't Google that. Rancid Vomit. Great
Hello!
segue. 71 months. Thank you so much for that sub.
What's going on, Rancid?
Rocco's Monument Hobbies is haunted. I'm on the next flight. Oh, you gotta look twice in this building. My ghost from the future lives in this building.
Dude, that's rad, because we're going to turn this into the Experience Center.
That's right.
And now we can charge extra for poltergeist stuff.
Yeah. My ghost already lives in this building. You know? I could see Jason being like a Luigi's Mansion boss for this, like the painter.
Excuse me?
The ghost painter. Do you know what Luigi's Mansion is?
No.
Do you know who Mario is?
Yes.
Do you know his brother Luigi?
Yes.
There was a game called Luigi's Mansion where his house, he inherited this mansion and there was a bunch of ghosts in it.
Who's Wario?
Wario. That's like anti-Mario.
Okay. He's a bad guy?
He's a villain. And then there's Waluigi. He's anti-Luigi.
Okay.
Anyway, Luigi's Mansion was literally one of my favorite games of all time.
What does the Wa mean?
Wario?
Like,
it's an upside down.
Are they like the opposite people?
It's an upside down M. So Wario's is
Waluigi. Well, how does that work?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Okay, just checking.
That's a story that's yet to be told.
Okay, just checking.
So anyway, in this mansion, there was. It actually was really well designed for the times, I believe. Hot take. I really love that game. But this sound, Jason? Let's see if we can make it. When you'd open the doors in that game,
it would sound like that.
It would be like, and then you go in, and you had this vacuum cleaner that sucked up ghosts, right? In
Okay, that's
room,
not original.
Every
Who
room.
are you gonna call?
Luigi. But the funny part was it was an actual vacuum. Like it looked like a Dyson vacuum.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was hilarious. And each room had like a boss, right? There was a bunch of mini bosses, and there was like a bunch of different kinds, and there was a painter one. So the point I'm getting at is you would be one of those bosses in this building.
But I'm just the boss in the building already.
I know, but then like if you passed away and you died in the building, your ghost would still be
Okay,
here.
so now we're wanting me to die in the building. I see.
Oh,
I see. This is my life, chat. Thanks.
Your spirit will wander and you'll still be painting.
You know what? If I die anytime soon, I'm haunting you directly wherever you are.
Why? He's just going to be painting in the corner in every room I'm at.
Oh, it's not painting. No.
Oh.
No, there's no painting that's going to be happening.
Oh, man.
I'm literally going to be like the horrible poltergeist. I'm going to be like stuff banging around in the basement at night. You're like, I don't even have a basement. I live in Arizona.
I showed Jason and Jordan Lights Out, that original little
Screw that
clip.
thing. It was horrible.
I
had to watch it and zoom in on the bad animation at the end just so I could get it out of my head and be like, oh, that's horrible.
That's fake.
Yeah, because it was horrible. It was like not going to sleep for a while type horrible.
Yeah.
I don't like to turn the light off. The body shows up and gets closer as you do it. And I'm like, nope, I don't need it. I called it. I was like, going to be in bed with them.
Basements aren't a thing in Arizona. No, they are not, Mo.
They are, if you have enough money.
Yeah, if you want to dig in deep into the mines and the earth.
Moria.
6 feet
disturbed
down.
Something.
6 feet down, you hit granite.
Yeah, there are houses with basements.
I did, yes.
They cost more than I will ever have.
I did go to a house in Paradise Valley with a massive basement, and I'm like, this basement cost more than I've probably made in my entire life.
Yep, just the basement.
Just the basement, because they told me it took so much work to do.
Yeah, just the excavation is probably millions.
And there was
of
a
dollars.
movie theater in it, so.
What?
Yeah. It was amazing. Telenica says, can you imagine Poltergeist Jason haunting you, just giving you awkward ghost stare? I don't know, man. Basements are for murderers, says Dan. They're for something.
They're for hiding the bodies.
They're for hiding the bodies.
See, I told you. I sound exactly like him.
Yeah, we're not murderers. Jason's not dying, and welcome it, everybody. I'm going to get this, what are we... We're back on track. We're painting War Machine. Painting some undead elves.
Undead elves.
When I lived in PA, everybody had
soulless,
bases. Okay.
Whatever these guys are. Soulless swordsmen. I don't remember what.
Swordless, swordsmen's, maboors.
They're soulless something or others.
Welcome in, everybody. We're so glad you're here.
The gods of the elves died and left them without souls.
Yes, that is factually correct. Basement in Arizona would be the best room in the house during... Yes, it is hot this time of year. That's for dang sure here in Arizona.
Good thing the AC works.
Yeah. I was really imagining when you said that, we heard this goo.
Hopefully not.
It's 112 out right now.
That's
hot.
Unlivable.
And then next week it's supposed to rain and be 100 degrees outside. So
seriously,
I don't know how that. Yeah, it says.
Rain, humidity, and 100 degrees.
He's dying. Yeah, it's supposed to all next week. That's why I knew it.
Great.
I knew it was coming.
Welcome to monsoon season.
I'm gonna have such a headache.
I was gonna say your sinuses and Jen's sinuses.
Oh yeah, it's already. You can already hear it. I'm already
bananas.
clogged up. Just give me the desert. Just give me the dust. I prefer that. Everything's like, oh my gosh, we're alive. We're going to bloom for a week. pro-occult, not a cult. That's right.
We're not a cult.
We're not a cult.
Where'd you hear that?
Say, we're not murderers.
Could you please give us the address and phone number of the person that told you we were a cult?
Game delay. I'm going to make that a t-shirt too. We're not murderers.
Pro Krill, we don't murder people.
Pro Krill.
Just leave it at that. Just
Pro
be like,
Krill.
what is that shirt about?
Pro Krill, don't look in the basement.
Pro Krill, don't look in the basement. Basements are for hiding the bodies. Jason.
Let me just say legally, we do not kill or have basements here at Monument Hobbies. We are a good company, and we love to paint.
We don't kill or have basements. You realize that from a grammatical sense, that means that we don't kill basements?
We kill basements here at Monument Hobbies.
100%.
One of our side businesses here in Arizona, that Monument Hobbies that we don't typically talk about, we get paid to fill your basement with concrete and like redo the foundation.
Really?
I think so.
Do we make money doing this?
I think so. Because all of them would be in Paradise Valley, and we know they got the money.
Does anybody know the bank account number for this business?
Wait a second. Is there another truck out there? Oh, no. I thought I heard it.
What is up with you? You're like, I heard a ghost. There's a poltergeist. Are we haunted?
I'm hearing
Were
stuff,
you
man.
walking?
Dan Osborne says, "Oh, I have basement issues. Come help me, Monument." We can't help you.
His probably leaks. I'm not interested.
Meeple says, "How is the puppy doing?"
The vet came yesterday and they took blood, so we'll hear something about the blood test to see if there's anything there. But she's not a puppy; she's an older dog. But the vet said she may just have some sort of newfound anxiety for something.
Yeah.
And so they may prescribe her something there. We'll see. Jen's working out all that stuff. We love the vet, and the vet was like, "No, she seems to be fine, but you have to take it seriously."
Just trying to figure out maybe adapting to some new normals for her.
Well, yeah, but there's nothing. Yeah, it's funny because nothing's changed, right?
Yeah.
So anytime you see a change in a dog, and you haven't really had an environment change, the only thing we've changed is that she sleeps on a new bed.
Yeah.
I can't see that doing it, but I have to. Can't rule anything out.
Right.
Yeah, but that's it. That's where it stands. So we're hoping that we get some progress on it, and that we haven't seen her lash out here at Poppy in the last few days. So that's good.
That is good progress. It's good to hear. We're obviously happy that you're able to be here on stream this week.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in our French office. We're supposed to be signing the lease on our new building.
That's true.
Or getting the lease going for the new building, I guess is a better way to put that.
But
so I have to do that at 1 a.m., 12:45 a.m. on Friday.
Yes.
I have to do the virtual walk around the building with the French crew. So I got to do that this weekend.
Jose's going to join you on that too.
I think he is on that one too. I don't know why he's doing that. He's taking one for the team. But yeah, we're going to do the virtual walk around with Mally.
Well, this is perfect, Jason. Because, is it? Wait a second. Shoot.
What?
I was saying if it was Friday. No, okay. It's not Saturday morning.
You want to do like
no, it's because
it's Thursday.
Right.
Thursday night to Friday morning.
Because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to just be playing War Machine all night and then you could get home and be awake.
That would be a little bit of a help, but no.
We tried.
It's Thursday night. So we're going to have to do a 12-hour stream.
A 12-hour stream?
Well, it's 10-hour stream.
A 3-hour stream.
We're going to have to do a 10-hour stream on Thursday, gang, so prep yourself.
A 10-hour stream on Thursday?
Well, I got to go from 10 to midnight, or 2 to midnight,
That's
right?
wild.
I got to figure out some way to keep myself up on
I
Thursday
guess
night.
That's true.
So we could do a 10-hour stream if we
just
wanted
come
to.
in late that day.
You can't just do that to your sleep. I can't. I can't just be like, all right, today I'm not waking up until blah, 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 blah. That was a big sigh, Chris.
I don't know how to help you.
Neither do I.
Wait a second. It's on Friday morning, technically. Okay. But you're kind of a night owl, though, right?
Yeah.
Play a game on stream.
I'm starting to prep for it already. I went to bed at 12:30 last night, but I was falling asleep at my computer. So
yeah, you got to prep yourself a little bit.
So I will be doing PoE till the wee hours all week. So if you would like to come and do PoE in the wee hours with me,
You
just
should
let me
stream
know.
it. Stream it from home.
So that'll be what happens here.
Jimbo says, "Okay, I'm here with a brown question. I know you answered the warm brown one-step highlight by adding pale yellow yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My other question was, I used the dark green brown one-step for leather with saddlebags on my horse/knight units with warm brown on the straps. How would I lighten/highlight up the dark green brown some?"
Faded green works really well. Again, you're going to start seeing a trend here that you just want what we call a tint, a lighter color that is in the family of color that you're trying to lighten. So faded green works really, really well for dark green brown. That would be my first choice. Just mix it in the same way you did with the pale yellow on the warm brown. So if you're doing a green, find a bright green that works. Probably not something with too much yellow, because the dark green brown is not a very yellow color.
Vipus says, "Jason, you're the boss. Make them do the tour on your terms."
So that's Vipus, by the way. Just saying.
No, it's Vipus.
It's Vipus.
It's Vipus 30K. 30K.
I'm going to say it's Vipus.
Technically, that is on his terms.
What is?
That time of day, because they're all asleep and you can't open it up that day.
Can't open up what day? What are we talking about?
The time has passed. I have abandoned this. He must stay awake.
Yeah, I have to. It'll be tough, because then I have to stay awake, and then I got to do things. It's not the being awake at 12:45, not the hardest thing in the world. The being functional at 12:45 is the hard part.
He's like, "It looks great to me."
Sign it.
Buy, sell.
Give him a check. buy high, sell low.
He'll make it through, and then he can just take a nap and then come in late. There you go.
I don't come in on Friday.
That's
well,
true.
I do, actually.
You come in.
Jen and I have to come do the stream, but I come in and paint.
But you can rest that day, so that you can sleep in, Jason.
There's no rest because that day I must take models to play War Machine.
That's right. You must rest.
Oh yeah, that's gonna make Friday night really hard.
You'll handle it.
Jeez.
Or will it make it better?
You have so much faith in me.
Just sleep in. You'll be fine.
I don't do that very well.
Well, force your body.
That's not how that works, Chris.
You can do it. Wait, you said faded green, says Jimbo?
Yeah, faded green. With dark green brown, faded green is a great tint.
Love faded green. It's a great color.
It's very good.
It's very nice.
I think I'm even going to do the face covering on this guy in purple, too. I'm really liking the purple.
Tech Elf. 25 months. Thank you so much. Drink 32 ounces of water at 10:30 p.m. and you'll be up till 2 a.m. easy.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that you can always find a way. Be like, I have to go pee again.
I guess that's a good point.
All right. Careful, don't grab the purple part.
Delicious.
These guys are cool because they're more purple.
Yeah.
It's nice because they don't, a lot of the sword guys in a unit, obviously their cloth runs the same. Like per unit, the cloth is similar.
Yeah.
But then you have some units that have a lot more cloth and some that don't have much at all. And it's going to make the army much more variable than, say, a Space Marine army that you painted in black and purple.
A 3-hour tour. Gosh darn it, Philip.
It better
you're
not
out there
take
lurking.
3 hours.
I know you're lurking out there, Philip. That's all you, Sackville Baggins. As Ian McKellen said at Jurassic Park. Ian McKellen. Oh my gosh. P finds a way. It's not Ian McKellen, by the way. Double T says PoE 2 looks like my jam, must resist.
It's free. Why do you got to resist? I paid for it, but only because I wanted early access way back when.
How come
It's pretty fun. It goes from boring to insane to boring again, is my problem with it.
It's very true. Facts. Rocco says, how come every stream Chris gets a song stuck in my head? Welcome to my entire life, Rocco.
That's what he does. And you can't kill him.
What?
They will find you and hold you accountable.
I do like PoE. PoE is fun. It's a fun game, but I definitely have to be in the mood. Because it does get a little tedious after a while.
I finally hit a power curve last night where stuff started trouncing me, so it got interesting again.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's typically when that game gets re-engaging, is like where you're like, oh, okay, I'm dying now.
Well,
I'm
doing like, if you know anything about PoE 2, and I don't know if this is good or bad or whatever, but I'm doing tier 9 maps at level 74.
No, that's pretty dang good, I believe.
And it started getting hard last night. Like level 9, like the tier 9 started, when I started juicing maps, it started getting hard. Like I kept running across, I'm doing part of the map that has a lot of abyssals on it. Yeah. And the abyssals started getting really rough. So like the bosses would come out. Yeah. And it was like, okay, these are legit. And like because the map had like spots of poison ground and all this crap going on. I have 0 chaos resist, so that's my own fault. But so poison wrecks me right now.
Double T'd. What I have found in that game is that for me, the thing that keeps it interesting is trying not to do any meta anything and literally coming up with a wacky build and seeing how far I can get it.
I am totally running a build that is like, do what you want. Yeah. I'm just going and I'm typing in.
Dude,
I have a glass cannon spear build right now, lightning spear, and I'm literally going elemental damage in the tree and chasing those passives across the tree that are all elemental damage.
The game is so much more fun if you just come up with a wacky build and see how far you can get it, rather than coming up with some build that is going to get you to the highest meta, blah, blah, blah. That's my opinion.
My whole thing right now is that I put out redonkulous amounts of damage and have very low survivability.
Yeah.
My evasion is very high, but if something hits me, I die.
Like right now, I'm doing that mercenary build. It's just the pure machine gun build, where it's just like...
See, that's pretty meta, though.
No, not the way I'm building it. The meta part is using all the shotguns and the grenades with it. I'm literally just using high velocity round, which is just the single fire one.
Oh.
Which, because it's just fun because I just like how it looks on on the screen. Ding, 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 ding.
It's like everybody and their mother's playing Gimling or whatever it's called.
Rocco says, doing the meta equals boring. I play 40k the same way. Oh, I play all my war games. like that. The only like semi-meta army that I was building into was the Giants and the Sons of Bahamut in AOS. Because, fun fact, they only have 4 models, so you can only build it only a couple ways.
Yeah, I was going to say, the more limited you are in your model count, the more there is not much meta. You play it one way.
Yep.
And that's all you get. But I'm with you. I don't like, metas evolve no matter what. Even in a game like War Machine that has a very strong meta, but I think it equals out. There's a lot more counterbalance for things that are very strong unless developers make a real mistake and overtune something. And in the past, they were very quick to detune the overtune stuff.
It's kind of nice because you have that app that they could probably do that pretty quick.
Well, yeah, it's just an update. Right. Like, it can change one day to the next if they see it being too... They're not very reactionary. They're not going to immediately do it. They're going to wait and see if it becomes, the standard, like, everybody just takes this unit type thing. But, and I don't know how the current developers are treating it because I haven't been playing long enough to watch the meta evolve and don't even know what the meta is currently. Yeah. But, you're going to get a meta no matter what. You're going to get a caster that is super strong into most lists. War Machine's different because when you go to a tournament, you take 2 lists. So you get 2 full lists. They have to be in the same faction, but you can have them be completely different. And so you can have a list that's, built to handle 95% of the field, and then you can have another list that goes along with it to go up against any outliers.
Yeah.
So you can have one that's a big pugilist list and one that is more of a anti-gun line list, something that's anti-shooting. So if you run into a caster that's all shooting and your regular list will get torn apart, you can have a second list, and then you do a little bit of list chicken at the beginning of the round where you rock, paper, scissors basically your list, and you say, I'm bringing this one, and they say, I'm bringing this one, and you can choose wrong. It's chicken. It's a game of chicken. Because they get to know which list you're bringing, you get to know what list they're bringing, and then you get to just try to hope that you get to pick the right one into the right matchup for you.
Yeah, yep.
And so there's a little bit of variation in the way the game is played by doing that. It almost makes it feel like you're playing a team tournament, even when you're one-on-one, which is really cool. But it still doesn't alleviate the pain of, I just don't have anything that I can play in this army into certain lists kind of feeling, because that still will happen.
I liked playing armies that I liked the Giants because you knew exactly what I was going to do. Right? Like, I'm just coming after you.
There's not a lot of tricks.
Get
not
ready.
A lot of nuance
Which
to it.
is always so fun for me because then it's like, well, you know what I'm doing. You know what I'm all about. It's very impending doom. But then there's ways to handle them, obviously. They're pretty... you're able to handle them pretty easily if you had certain things, right? But if they just got up into you, then you're done.
Well, that was my whole orc list. Right?
Yeah.
Is that if you could survive my initial attack, you were winning the game.
Your work at Sazzle says you guys working on building some Death Garb for 11th Ed. Nice. Spencer says you should try Malediction. I haven't really looked into that game.
Doesn't really interest me. I like the idea. We were working on a game for years and still have all the development stuff on a game that uses a card basis. But the Malediction one, I don't think really pulled it off the way I would have liked to have seen it.
Yeah.
I'm biased because we're making a game that does that. And... my bias is that ours is much better than that.
Yeah.
We just won't ever release it, I don't think.
Flesh mower. I want to do a bunch of flesh mower drones. Interesting. For Death Guard.
Oh, the big whatever it's called. The
Death Mower.
Yeah. It has the big death mower thing on the front of it.
Yeah.
Big melee weapon, whereas most of them have the shooty, either the spray or the grenade launcher thing.
You should do that, and then you should make them all mowing grass, like nicely fine fields.
It looks like that too.
And then paint them
a big mower.
And then paint them all like John Deere
green.
John Deere green. See, that's how I get into armies and get into things. I have to have some kind of wacko theme to get into it. I can tie that in, I'm in. Right?
Yeah, but sometimes the models are just cool. They don't need a wacko theme.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I will typically build a model or play a game if I like those models more, and then try to build around that, too.
Oh, I'm 100% with you there. Really cool is what brings me to games.
Yeah.
Now, if I really get into a game and I'm, like War Machine, and I'm interested in playing it and interested in going to tournaments and things like that, then I will have to pay attention to some of the meta.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to know what I'm going to go up against. So even if it's not that I want to play the list that's meta, it's that I have to know what the meta list does. Because for me, a bunch of the fun is meta breaking. Like, you can say, okay, so everybody's going to be bringing, this list. So how do I play into that list without also playing that list? And that, to me, is a lot of fun. It's not always possible. You can't create miracles if there's something completely broken out there. But you still don't have to play along with it. You don't have to also buy the 15 models it takes to play that list. But they've gotten away from a lot of that. It doesn't play that way anymore. You can't spam units like you used to. So it creates a situation where you have to be more strategic and tactical in your gameplay. You can't do, like 8 of the same model anymore.
Right.
Like you used to be able to. So if a particular model was busted, you could I'm taking all of those. You can't do that anymore. So that helps and makes it more available to where you have to play with more of what the army gives you, because a lot of things are what they call FA2, field allowance 2. So you can only take 2 of a thing.
I would be interested to, I got to figure out what is it that I'm trying to say? I kind of had a brain fart there a little bit. I was starting to think about metas, and then I started thinking about, like, okay, how do you chase something that's just going to get changed? But War Machine does, it's cool that War Machine can just update stuff
100%.
a little bit faster than obviously GW's got to like print books and then send FAQs, a big company.
Well,
blah,
I mean,
blah,
they
blah.
do. They don't have to print the book. You know,
Yeah.
GW still does the
the
releases.
It seems like it takes a minute to get that out, right?
Well, because they've, in a lot of cases, you've bought whatever it is, and they don't probably want to just change it immediately.
Get a backlash for that.
You know,
Unless something is totally overpowered or something.
yeah. But you're right. They don't have the same ability to just alter it and have the whole world know the alteration because of the
right.
You know, the War Machine app is good for that, and it actually works pretty well.
Ooh, Cairo's got a good question here. Let me pin it. Gosh darn it. Let me pin it, YouTube. Hey guys, hope you're doing well.
Hello.
I have a question regarding mixing to create mossy colors for painting overgrowth on trees.
Mm-hmm.
What recipe would you recommend? Thank you in advance. Great question.
Well, mossy to me can be a lot of the yellow-green, so dark yellow-green works really well. And then if you want it to be, you know, kind of fantasy style, then the bright yellow-green into that for a highlight works really well. But there's also no reason you couldn't go with something more in the bluish-green world with, like, you know, starting with something like dark sea Ben or black-green. And maybe make it a little bit more realistic. So kind of world is your oyster with regards to how that goes. Pick a green you like. And I would typically do yellow-green. What's the model that's going on it, right? Because a lot of time it's just a tree.
Yeah, or undergrowth on trees.
But what is the tree? And what's the color of it? You know, because I could assume you're doing browns or not. So, you know, a lot of the color choice that we make is guided by the other colors we're using in the model. Because I can sit here and say yellow-green, but if you're putting a model on it that has yellow-green, like a tree with the yellow-green leaves, then I would not do the moss the same color. So a lot of times I will pick the color of a particular piece based on what the other things on the model look like. Moss is going to want to be some form of green. But you might go to more of a bluish green with the black, you know, like a black green base and dark sea Ben and things like that. If you have a tree that has, you know, spring leaves on it and you're already using lots of yellow green on it. So I don't like just giving flat answers and having you go do it and being like, it looks too much like what I'm painting already.
Okay, here's it. 1 brown, 1 gray, cherry blossom, and 1 is dead. Interesting. Okay,
yeah. Yeah, so I think that in that case, the yellow-greens work really well, I think.
Oh, yeah. You know me, I love painting a good tree.
Chris is the man of the green thumb around here.
Got to paint some trees every once in a while.
If you have an army with trees in it, that's the one he's playing.
Probably. Probably. There's a huge chance that I'll make that decision.
I think that Grimkin are the only ones.
They got 1 tree. And the house has got some limbs.
Yeah, but the Circle Orboros were more natural based. Their guys were all stone, though.
Yeah.
And again, if you're getting into War Machine, I would highly suggest getting into armies that they're actually supporting.
Right.
As opposed to old armies that they may never come back out with again. That's just my 2 cents. You can get armies for War Machine very cheap right now if you buy the old ones.
Right. But we don't know if they're going to update them.
And you can also get the STLs for them and print them out for even cheaper.
Yeah, the STL way is actually just fun to do.
But unfortunately, we don't have any guarantee that they keep updating that or keeping that going, so I don't know that I recommend doing that.
Cairo says... one of the models is Sylvaneth Lady. Oh, yes, that new one is pretty cool. That cherry blossom tree she's sitting on. Dan says, what's the status of Infernals? I saw they made... Yes, they do make the Infernal STLs. You can go buy them.
All the things with the STLs have been relegated to the legendary status, but they all have lists
that are supported
that
now.
are supported and balanced into the current meta. And Infernals have actually been winning some tournaments, as have Grimkin and some of the older lists. So they're currently balanced into the new models, which makes them very playable.
Yeah, so you can play all those old stuff.
But I still don't suggest, unless you already have them, doing that, because long term they've stated that they don't plan to support any of those anymore.
Hey, Run Bad, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, Raiders.
Whoa.
We're hanging out, putting some paint on the models, painting some War Machines, some undead elves. Welcome in.
And cats.
And cats. We're Monument Hobbies. I'm Christopher, and this is Jason.
The cats are vampiric.
We're Monument Hobbies. We make all the stuff you see Jason
Are they vampire
using.
cats?
I think so. You see all this stuff. We make all this hobby stuff.
The cats are really cool.
All the way down to the paints and the brushes that he's using. So if you got any painting questions, let us know. And welcome in. Run Bad, thank you for that raid. We appreciate it.
That's Chris. He's scary. Don't worry. He only bites when you get really close. The internet is protective in that regard.
You're protected. Love you guys. Got to go. Time for Sigavax. Happy birthday, my man. Take it easy.
Take it easy, my friend. Happy birthday again.
Yep. How do I keep bubbles out of my one-step paints? They tend to dry, and I can't get rid of them.
Typically that's done by slapping the paint around too much. Treat it more like a heavy wash, but don't use number one, don't use a frizzy brush, because a frizzy brush holds too much hair in between, or too much air in between the bristles.
Yeah.
So that'll cause them to foam up a little bit. But really that's the only thing. If you're putting it on your palette, that could be a problem, because you're having to swish your paintbrush around to load the paint into it. That can create air and bubbles.
Right.
I always put them in a cup, one of our little graduated cups, and do them that way, more like a wash. And I don't have that problem. Every now and then if I'm going really fast, they'll bubble up. But like when I was doing these guys, this was just a BAB slapping paint on them, and I didn't have that issue. You can see how much I put on, because look how shiny it is. Yeah, I literally might as well have just dipped these in the paint. And I didn't get any bubbling on it, but I did have to make sure that as I was applying it, I went fairly deliberately slow.
Yeah.
Like I would when I was just layering, not like a wash where you're just slapping it on there, because you will form bubbles.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
They're easy to maintain, and they typically don't cause you any problems overall.
Yeah.
You still need to be careful. You don't want a bajillion of them on there. But the paint does very well at flattening out, even if there's a bubble in it. But if it's a bubble in like a recess, then you might have the bubble pop and the paint won't go into the recess anymore, and you'll get a spot that's still white. It happens to me every now and then. I just go touch that area up.
Wad, take it easy. Pro Krill 1 dip. That's right, Scorched.
That's what this was, because I was like, well, I'm not going to airbrush filter the jacks, because that makes them look completely different.
Yep.
So I just had to go for it. I have not done too many models of that size, just throwing the paint at it. But it worked very, very well. The battle engine thing I've got here, it's not really a battle engine. It's like a super heavy, they call them, on the 80 mil bases. It was funny because initially they weren't going to do gargantuans. They had stated they weren't going to do the big 120 mil base models anymore. And so instead they were going to make really good big warjacks that came on 80 mil bases that were still pretty big, but it's kind of battle engine size. But this one I did with a brush, and it was kind of like doing a tank. And it came out perfectly.
Yeah.
Like legit just came out perfectly, just brushing it on. I just used a number 6 brush on this.
Nice.
And it worked great. But again, I was very, very liberal with what I applied. I used a lot of material on it. It took a long time to dry, but it still came out really nice and not splotchy. Right? So it's still shiny because of the amount of material I got broke the mat. Unlike the smaller guys where I was more deliberate with it, all of these guys came out as matte as you would expect it to be. But the big guys came out a little bit more glossy because I was pretty aggressive with how I applied it. It was funny because I had come in and tested in the morning. I had done the black armor the night before on Saturday. And then on Sunday I came in the morning and was like, okay, I really love the way the black turned out. Now I need a highlight color that's easy to airbrush some quick spot highlights across the army, so it doesn't slow me down, and it can't be too hard to mix. So I was like, I'll try just the dark blue black one step with titanium white, because that's what it was over, right? I did the black and white zenithal on this. So the easy way to create your first highlight when doing one step or similar painting styles is to simply take the color you put the one step over and mix it with the one step. So that's what I did. I mixed the white in with the dark blue black, and it was perfect. But I mixed a cup of it and sprayed it on and really liked it. But then I had to do the whole rest of the army in black armor, because I'd only done 2 miniatures in black armor.
Yeah.
Tested it on the 2 miniatures. One of them was my leader, this guy.
Right.
And I was like, oh yeah, that highlight's perfect, right? Because you can see the little bit of highlight that is on the chest and stuff. That color's great. Kept the armor looking black, gave it a little bit of a tinge towards blue. Works exactly the way I wanted it to. So I sprayed that on the 2 models that I had done a test on, and then I had 50 models or 48 other models that I had to get the black one step on, and not waste that mix of dark blue black and titanium white that I had made.
Yeah.
And that took me hours to do all of the one step on here, because I wasn't just trying to slop it on. I was trying to do it so it wouldn't go everywhere. And I was racing against the clock. And when I was finally done, I looked over, and I had been reaching over and stirring up the concoction, the blue, black, and white occasionally. And I got very lucky. It was just enough that I had mixed, and it was still good, and I was able to apply it. So.
Deadly Titan fart.
You said that out loud. He got you.
I'm having trouble staying in the lines when hand painting after basing with the airbrush. Any tips? Great question. I have to use the restroom myself. I'll be back.
What did that have to do with the restroom?
That's a great question. Like fart, deadly Titan fart?
Oh, like deadly Titan fart doesn't have to do with going to the bathroom, I don't think.
It's close.
All right. He said it's close as he wanders down the hall to go pee. Great question. When you airbrush and then you brush over it, you're always fighting how smooth the airbrush looks. Staying in the lines, just by face value, is a steady hand patience thing, right? Right brush, right pressure, right patience is all that is. That simplifies it, maybe overly simplifies it, but I believe that's the case. Right? So staying in the lines is going to be just making sure that you have a brush, and when you go in, like here, I've got to paint this little sleeve inside of where the sword and all this other stuff is, and I don't want to get purple on the armor, so I just have to use the tip of the brush and kind of treat it like I'm freehanding along the edges. And you'll notice I go cut the edges in first, and then I do the open areas where I can be more free with my brushstroke, and I do a heavier brushstroke to cover more area. And then when I get close to another, area that I don't want to bleed the paint over on, then I do like the edge, then I do a little bit slower pull, and make sure that I don't get paint all over the stuff in the sides. So again, it's really just framing it in. If you've ever painted a room, this is a lot of way that I paint a room, like walls, right? I'll cut in all the edges first and then roll the area in between. So you'll see me move around and do all the areas that are right up next to armor and this bottle or whatever it is and all this stuff in between these ribbons or straps. And then once I've done that, then I go back and I'll just fill in the area that doesn't have anything special around it. Then when I get over to the hand, I got to be a little more careful, right? So I'll just find an angle on the model that lets me pull my most comfortable brush stroke without worrying about going towards the painted area I don't want to get paint on. I'm most comfortable pulling the brush towards me, right? And so if I'm going to paint this sleeve, I don't want to hold the model like this and pull the brush like this, because it's very easy to get the brush to hit the hand where I don't want the paint. So I'll rotate it this way where I can still pull towards me, cover that area, but not be worried about getting it anywhere, right? And then when I come in on the sides, again, it's just patience and taking it very slow, using the point, and making sure that then I go with my heavier brush stroke when I get away from the area that I don't want paint on. And it's really that simple. It's just patience and taking the right amount of time to align yourself to pull the brush stroke the way you need to get the paint on the model, without jeopardizing, something on the model that doesn't want that color on it. right? So again, here I can kind of fill in, and then when I get up towards the top, just kind of press the brush up toward the top so I fill in the paint there, and then pull down real quick. So I'm taking the paint and pushing it up towards the edge where I don't want it, and then pulling it down to cover everything else. And then this is pretty loose because I don't have anything around here that I care about getting paint on. And then up here, just a little bit slower so that I'm not knocking it against the hand and weapon here. And then if I see an area where I'm like, you know what, I can't really get the paintbrush up in there, like there might be a part of the cloth that's up here underneath the arm that should get paint on it. At some point in time, I have to be like, okay, I can play operation and kind of get the brush up in there a little bit, but the rest of it I can't care about. If you can't get the brush to it, you probably can't see it, right? As long as you're using a reasonable sized brush.
Can you show me the front of that model again?
Hang on.
That was I like the.
This guy's great.
He's a very unique, like, cloak thing going on.
Yeah, this is one of the solos that is
I really like that.
Unique, like almost
that's
more
cool.
like a Mexican blanket kind of a feel.
Like
right?
a poncho of
like
some
a poncho.
kind. That's really cool.
Yeah, but that's it. That's how to stay inside the lines, you know. And if you're having a difficulty with steadying your hand, there's lots of things you can do to like steeple your fingers. You'll notice a lot of times, depending on how it is on the frame, I will take my pinky or my ring finger and steady it on the cork that I'm holding.
Yeah.
So now I have this. I'm not really holding the cork very tight. It's just rested in my palm. I'm letting gravity do the work here, right? So that's just gravity holding it. And then I just do like this. I have very light hold on the model. You can take it out. It's not like I'm not gripping it. Right? So one of the things I always tell people is don't grip it and white knuckle the model. Even though you feel like it's detail, feel like, you know, find a way to be relaxed in how you hold the model. And then I steeple my fingers as I come into paint. So I'll get my pinky on the cork or on the base of the model, or sometimes touching the model or whatever I need to do. And then I'm really only ever painting with my forefinger and ring finger, or forefinger and middle finger, I guess, and thumb, pushing and pulling the brush. And doing most of it from my knuckles as a fulcrum, as opposed to my wrist. So I'm not moving my wrist much. Can you back out all the way?
Yeah.
You're not going to see what I'm painting, but you can see how my hand moves. And you notice how my hand's not really moving. I'm moving this brushstroke side to side like this, right? The fulcrum is the knuckle of my middle finger, and my forefinger and thumb are kind of pulling and pushing it, right? Not like you see my wrist isn't moving. So as I'm painting, it's much easier to maintain control if you're not doing this.
Yeah.
If you're painting from your wrist on a miniature, you're doing it wrong. Some people might tell me, oh, but it feels better for me to do that. It's going to be very aggressive, and it's going to be hard for you to control your consistency of application. So get used to running it from your knuckles, right?
Yeah.
The bridge, your main knuckles across the top of your hand. Get used to having that be your leverage point as opposed to your wrist, like you would if you were painting a house or walls where you can be more aggressive. That'll help you. And then it's just that patience, right? Ergonomics, getting comfortable so that your hand is comfortable as you're pulling paint is always key. Don't grip the paintbrush too tight. So much we can talk about here, right? It's a great question because you're really feeding into a world of brush control that is a very broad spectrum of conversation because brush control starts with, you know, how you hold the brush. Right? Because if you grip the brush too tight, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to control consistency of application because you can literally be shaking or your muscles cramping and not being able to apply the paint right.
The Mo, you know?
We know Mo.
Shadowcast says, so when you're doing non-metallic gold, green yellow to yellow ochre to pale yellow, do you mix the green, yellow, and yellow ochre, ?
You can, depends on the size of the model. Like on these guys, we didn't. These guys, I didn't mix any of that. It was literally just the dark yellow green, and then the yellow ochre glazed over the top of that, and then a little bit more opaque over the top of it.
Yeah.
And then bingo.
Bing, bang, boom.
Bing, bang, boom, you're done.
The Ogre says, Jason, I have an airbrush question.
Sure.
When doing detail work, do you ever lower your pressure, or is it more about trigger control?
Yeah, for me, it's all about trigger control. I don't ever change the pressure on the airbrush for any reason.
Shadowcast says
Not because it can't help, just because
green.
I have learned over the years of painting that I don't need it.
Yeah.
You know, when I started to think, like a lot of people will tell you that, you know, when you're painting, just change the pressure. It makes it to where you become a little dependent on that feeling. And I've always found that if you can just spray without ever changing that, then you get better at the control portion that is so important.
Right.
Right. Because you're going to change the viscosity. You can pop back in. You're going to change the viscosity a lot and be painting with very thin paints in our hobby. And you're not going to want to necessarily have to change the pressure all the time. It's a waste. But if it works for you, then definitely give it a shot, because having lower pressure when your paint is more watery can help you from having the paint spider out. And then higher pressure when you're not thinning can help you make sure that you're still blowing, you know, paint past the needle,
right?
Even when it thickens. So there is a benefit to it. I just don't get hooked on making it a habit. Get used to setting it where you can do, you know, the 100% of the work can get done at one setting. And mine, for me here, just because of the way Arizona is and the way I paint, it's that 22 psi.
There you go.
For you, it might be 28 psi. It might be 20 psi. So don't take my number and then wonder why it doesn't work for you. We're very, very dry here. If you're in a very moist climate, then it might be totally different for you.
Jimbo says, okay, so one more one-step color highlight question.
Mm-hmm.
I use graphite gray for the knight's armor and chainmail, okay? I plan to experiment with adding the amp steel to also add some highlights, but I'm thinking that is darker than gray, okay? But I'm thinking that is darker than gray. What are some ideas of others I could use with graphite gray for metal looking? Question mark.
Silver?
Silver?
Silver is
Yeah.
very bright.
You totally could do that.
The graphite, you know, the graphite gray will, over the pre-highlight, if you're using it that way, of white, will give you some bright edges anyway. So I think it's probably okay to just walk in and start using something like silver if you want the metallic. Even the metallic medium mixed with the graphite gray might work well.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it'll brighten it up. The metallic medium has a little bit of a tint to it. It's kind of like it's almost like a transparent white.
Yeah, it's definitely...
So it will brighten up a color a little bit, but it might not do it enough to give you a highlight. But it will add the metallic sheen to it. I love these guys. I just wanted a list that ran 6 of these guys. I was like, can I just run 6 cats?
6 cats.
I don't even like cats, but these are just rad models.
You're not a big cat guy?
Oh, I don't know that I am or am not. You know, if I'm going to buy a dog well before I buy a cat.
That's true. I like cats. Cats, I need a cat because I got so many wild bugs that enter my house.
Yeah, cats are probably much better at doing that than dogs.
Yeah.
We got, you know, when we got the dog.
They're excellent scorpion hunters. It
was like we hoped that maybe the dog would do something for our rat problem, but she didn't give a damn about it. At the time during COVID, the city had shut down so many restaurants without a care to the fact that disturbs the entire ecosystem of rats.
Yeah.
And we live in the center of Phoenix where there's a lot of restaurants. And so all the rats that ate the garbage at the restaurant cans started coming through the sewers into people's homes.
Yep.
And so we were like fighting that issue. And the dog was just like, nope, I don't care.
I won't eat the rat.
Well, she didn't even give a second thought. I think that, I don't remember this, Jen would have to say it. I'm pretty sure that at one point in time, the dog was like sitting on the couch with us at night and the TV was on and a rat just ran across the living room floor.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
That's
I'm pretty
wild.
sure that it was like, what did I just see? And the dog was like nonplussed, like, I don't know, Dad.
I don't know.
It's Cora.
Shadowcast says, I'm curious why you like green and not metallic gold.
It cools it off. I'm not a fan of the warm, what I call dookie gold, the kind of fake gold look that you get a lot of times when you put too much orange and heat into it. Doesn't make it bad. I just am typically not as big a fan. So I think gold matches better when you put a little bit of green in it. It's actually the way bronze would look. Gold would typically be a little bit more orange, and bronze would be a little bit more of a green and cooler gold. But I like it that way.
Little Billy says, I guess you could say she didn't give a rat's...
Oh, was that Bella? Maybe that was Bella. I try to always forget that Bella was at the house.
You wild man, Little Billy.
I always forget we did have a Bella at the house at that point.
I guess I'll give you that one, Little Billy.
What did he say?
He said, I guess you could say she didn't give a rat's...
Heiny?
Yeah.
I see your hiney, all nice and shiny. If you don't hide it, I'm gonna bite it.
Here, that's a great segue into this next comment I'm about to make. Welcome into the after hours part of the show.
Oh, are we after hours now?
It's 4:14, and I can legally say whatever I want.
No, that's not how that works.
Sorry, I cannot. Technically, I can say whatever I want.
No,
not legally.
You can always say whatever you want. You also have to face the consequences.
Technically,
of saying whatever you want. That's how this works. That's how freedom works.
Let freedom ring. Technically, I can say whatever I want.
You are not free from the consequences of your actions.
I have been given all rights. Yes, welcome into the after hours part of stream where things just get nutty.
I don't know that that's true.
I don't know.
I'm still just painting purple.
Okay. But it is after hours.
It's been an entire show of how does one apply dark purple to cloth.
I need a segue bit.
On 50 models, of which I've only had 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 2, 3, 4. I've only done half of them, 25 models.
I need a transition bit for after hours so everybody knows that we're after hours. You know,
you could play the Fred Flintstone horn.
Wilma!
Yeah.
We can't. Hanna-Barbera would come after us.
They're dead.
They're dead.
Fred Flintstone is literally public domain.
Meet the Flintstones. Is it?
Yeah.
Really? The
Pretty
Flintstone song? I don't think so.
Pretty sure.
Somebody's probably rebought that.
That's not how that works, but okay.
It's not 100 years old, or is it 100 years old, right?
No, you have to re-up it at some point every 50.
Okay, so if something doesn't get re-upped,
it's like there will consistently be edits to Mickey Mouse, so that they always have a way to have a trademarked Mickey Mouse.
Right, because
the rights protected Mickey Mouse. Because the one that just went public domain is one they don't use anymore.
Right.
So you can only use the one that doesn't have like the pants and the shirt or whatever it was. Right. So everybody that thought Mickey Mouse went public domain and immediately made shirts and got sued, joke's on them, right? You still have to.
Right.
You have to look at the edition of Mickey Mouse. But yeah, I read someplace there's some part of the Flintstones that went public domain.
We'll have to look that up.
There were movies and stuff that came out about it.
Well.
But I don't think that changes it.
Phoenix Chitin says 1930/1925 for public domain. Well, meet the Flintstones. I won't legally sing that until we figure it out.
Okay. If Hanna-Barbera is paying attention to us, they love us, and they aren't going to sue us,
Jason,
for singing the Flintstones
They
song.
might.
Oh, my God.
They're like, we're coming after you, Monument.
Oh, God.
We're coming after you immediately.
For $50.
$50 for Fred Flintstone's likeness.
God.
Oh, this is why we call it After Hours. Nice. Monument Hobbies outliving the competition. That's right. We're here for a long time and a good time. It's the after hours portion of the stream where anything goes.
That's not true. We don't just switch to like some crazy people.
Crazy.
That all of a sudden, because it turns 4 o'clock, you know.
What I can guarantee what happens though, Jason, in the
is that you talk a lot about how I have the right to say anything I want because it's after 4 o'clock. Hoop-de-hoop-de-hoo.
Technically, that's true.
It's not.
But you're
still on the clock.
You will continue to paint.
He does not understand.
I am on the clock.
He is on the clock.
Of course.
So he cannot just act how he wants.
But the stream is not.
You belong to me.
The stream is not on the clock. Because we advertise 2 to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is Monument Standard Time.
What's your point?
My point is that anything goes.
After hours.
Haley said someone...
Dance off.
I won't. Whoa. Hey now. Mo says, are you saying Chris acts different off camera? Of course I do.
100,000,000%.
I am business most of the time, and I save all of this beauty for you.
Okay, so Chris goes from the guy that you see, that we have fun with every day,
What are you talking about?
into what's wrong, Chris?
Me?
That's how Chris is.
Well, it's because everybody
His
asks because I'm
business
so
phase
focused.
that he talks about is where everybody in the office goes, Chris, is everything okay? Why are you so grumpy?
I have to keep it for the stream, and then I'm just working.
That's what he does. He says, you know what? I keep all that energy for the stream.
I do.
And I was like, that's not healthy, man.
I have to. I stay focused.
That's not healthy, my man.
I need to turn it on. I need to perform.
Oh, you turn it on.
I need to play. So there you go, chat. You're welcome. I do that for you.
Don't buy into the hype. Don't believe the hype.
Oh, it's real. That is real.
Don't believe
That is
the hype.
real information. Hey, Chris, segue for you. One Step Wave 2 comes out when? Says Jimbo. When you get to work.
What?
Jimbo's asking when Wave 2 is coming out.
Gen Con.
Gen Con, and then the official date is when after that, Jason?
August 12th?
August? Yes. Yes. August 12th.
Something like August 12th is our hope.
We'll let you know.
All of that is always banking on production being able to get enough and meet demand. So, we have our retail stores that will get it.
Yes, you will definitely know.
We'll release to the public as soon as we've met all that and can get shipping to retailers and.
Yes, if you're in the Gen Con convention though, we'll be definitely selling it there, and then we'll let you know.
We've never I think since Matt and Ben's signature sets, we have not launched anything at Gen Con.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah.
So this is the first time in 3 years.
Yeah.
That we have launched anything at Gen Con, which is exciting. We're launching the new set there. And then the final set of the year for One Step will come out on Black Friday.
There you go.
I've not started working on those colors yet, though, so I have some of them in mind.
Stan says, what about Wave 6?
Not doing a Wave 6, I don't think. I mean, if the community says we need a Wave 6, we'll do a Wave 6. But right now, we'll get back to expansion set 5 of Procurl, the base set, or the base color range.
Yeah.
And there will be 3 sets of One Step. So you'll have 36 colors of One Step to play with, plus the special sauce, obviously. And then we'll get back to some colors and things that I'm doing with the main line.
I wonder what he could be putting in that.
In what? In expansion set 5?
Yeah.
Eclectic Salmon's in there.
I know. That's because everybody's like, still waiting.
Eclectic Salmon's in there. The yellow Wizard's Bud is in there. There's some other colors in there, too. 9 other colors.
No, just 2.
I think it's a 9-color set, actually. So
it's a 2-color set. Can we make just an itty-bitty box?
No.
And have an expansion set 5 just have like 3 colors in it?
It's 1 color. It's
Yeah.
Eclectic Salmon.
That would be awesome if it was Eclectic Salmon, a Wizard's Bud
Eclectic Salmon
yellow.
and Eclectic Salmon.
What would be the 3rd color?
That's all you get.
What
do you mean? What's the 3rd color in a 1-color box?
No.
It's
I said
Eclectic
3.
Salmon. I just said that.
3 colors, Jason.
Jesus.
I said 3 colors.
Cheese and rice.
I said 3 colors, Jason. And then we can make a little tiny box.
You don't make the rules here.
We can make a little tiny box for it.
Chris,
little
guess who
6
doesn't
color.
make the rules at Monument Hobbies?
I'm just saying. It'd be fun to make a little tiny box of 3 colors. Now he needs to do 3. I know, that's what I'm saying.
So you know
be fun.
that it takes almost the same effort to make 3 colors as it does to make 12, right?
This is true. I know, but we do it for the bit.
And so you're not return on investment is a thing here, Chris.
Oh, I hit the clapping buttons on accident. We'll get it. That's the moral of the story, is that there's more paint coming. There you go.
And it will be more than 3 in the set.
It'll be lots of paint, fun, win for your wallets. So pay up and buy those paints. Is that what you want, world? We've got more things coming that you don't know about.
Talk dirty to me, Daddy.
Oh my goodness. Yikes.
Why the burp?
I thought it was the whistle. I forgot. I hit the wrong button.
I thought it was the whistle.
Are you doing a limited release during Gen Con on the Europe shop like you did for the first set?
A limited release?
No, not like the Adepticon one.
No, because the set will be live within 2 weeks after Gen
the
Con.
worldwide
There won't be the month-long wait like there was. We knew that production was not going to be able to make enough to go live on the site.
That's why we did that.
So we did that, yeah. And there's probably a staggered date for Europe as well. Europe will probably be a later release this time around, only because we have our European office shut down for their summer break.
Yeah.
At the time of Gen Con. So unfortunately, we can't make it match like we normally would.
Yeah, and the biggest thing to know also, we will announce all of these official dates. So make sure you're in our Discord and following our socials to stay informed. Yes, we are done with the expert acrylics as well.
Yep, 22 colors. That was my goal.
Any plans to make oils?
Not currently. I don't use them. So,
right.
Again, you got to remember that in my product development, if I don't use it as a heavy part of my process, we probably aren't going to add it to the range. I'm not a big supporter of oils and heavy solvent paints, enamels, lacquers, and things like that for miniature painting. Acrylics are just the best for detailing. The only thing that oils buy you is the ability for people to get blending that they couldn't do on their own from it, which is a big help, but doesn't teach you anything.
Gotcha.
You know, being able to blend colors and really use them intentionally like that is a big thing. And acrylics will teach you that. Then you can do better with oils as well. Oil washes are big, so I would throw out there that the one thing that I am a fan of is like oil washes. So I don't say never when it comes to something like that, where we might be able to come out with some premix like water-soluble oil washes that would work really well for panel lining and things of that nature. There's always a chance.
What about more transparents?
What about them?
Somebody was asking, we need more transparents. Quidon.
Oh my God.
That was one of our last ones. Somebody was mentioning that.
I will kill him.
Quidon. Magenta. When are y'all dropping new metallics? Tease us with, Haley.
On the transparency, only transparent that I am working on, and I say working on, that we've worked on and have ready, that we could release in one of the next sets, would be released in one of the other expansions on its own, and would most likely not get added into the expansion set. Although I could see maybe one day throwing it in there as a 10th color. That's just kind of awkward.
Sindhu, thank you for that raid. Welcome,
but
Raiders.
It would be another red. And we would do like a scarlet red, something that is doesn't move as much magenta as you thin it down and put it over bright colors.
Yeah.
As the current red. So the current red is great for CMYK painting, but if you're really trying to do something like Blood Angels with transparents, it gets a little magenta, makes it a little harder if you're not familiar with color mixing. And so that we've got, and so there might be like a transparent scarlet red that comes out. I have it made, and it works very well. So it's already been approved. We'd have to revisit it probably and just make sure that it still functions the way we remember it doing, because I made it years ago.
Silver Shield. What about single pigment inks? That's kind of what our transparent
That's what the
line is
transparents
for.
are. We won't make inks because that's what the transparent line does. It was made to take the place of inks, because the acrylic inks don't have a strong enough resin to really be for 3D model painting, in my opinion. So we made the transparents, which are the same resin as our normal paints. and they don't give that weird sheen that inks do.
Cindy,
Acrylic inks are
thank you so much
still
for that, Ray.
made for porous surfaces, believe it or not. They're not necessarily produced, although people use them, but like Daler Rowney and all those inks are made for going on like paper and canvas
Right.
and photos. The reason why acrylic inks became such a big thing is that they gave a resin that would be sturdy on photographs,
Right.
so that it wouldn't wipe off the face of photographs. But they're not sturdy enough for like putting on minis and then pushing minis around. You want to put a varnish over it, and so we did the transparent paints so that you don't have to worry about all that. The transparents are all single pigment. They're very, very vibrant. They match any ink, and they are easier to use and clean up and act like an acrylic is intended to act. So, for most people, they hit the mark much better. They were, I mean, that's expansion set 2, so they're very old in the line. Some of our biggest selling colors.
Yeah.
And prior to the one-step paints, our most flexible paints, I'm ready to put one-step right up there with them.
Yep.
Just because the way one-step works, but they don't do the same tasks. One-step won't do what the transparency will do in every case, but they cross over quite a bit. Because inks and what the transparents are intended to take the place of is great in the world of filtering.
The somebody was asking earlier, will the new metallics include a new version of the metallic medium?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that would be wild.
Yes, and it will knock your freaking socks off.
The where else? There was another question up here. Jason, you're straying off camera because you have so many models on your
Have they pushed me off of
your desk.
There we go.
You
Yeah,
have lots
I've
of
loaded
models.
them all up here. I need to be like,
Jason, how do you feel about moving all your models off your desk?
I'm not going to do it.
So that we can clean it.
No, it won't happen. I don't care what you say. You don't have to boss me.
What if we did that, though?
Do you have a death wish?
You have so many models on your desk.
And I like it this way.
As long as they're not on the paper, I don't care.
They're on the paper.
I know. So that's why. I can't change your paper.
And?
It makes it look better. And you dirty it up. You
Cool.
dirty up that paper.
And that is life. There's a good lesson in here. This, you know how you always say the moral of that story?
The moral of the story
the moral
is
of this story
get your
is.
crap off that desk.
A moral.
That's the moral of that story. Hey, when for the metallic, says Haley. Didn't hear the answer.
No answer.
TBD. We'll
No
let
answer.
you know.
We're still working on the timing and marketing for that so that we make sure that the current metallics stay viable for those people that have colors and projects they're working on, that they can still get the current metallic range for a period of time. So we're having to deal with all of that stuff and figure it out. But we'll let you know.
Yes.
Like Chris said, just stay tuned.
That's all that information can be found over here.
No, it will be able to be found.
You can
You
find
can't find it now.
Not yes, but what you can do is make sure you enter our Discord, because that's where we give all of the little fun
So many cats.
win-win stuff. So, and then obviously our socials, we do announcements, obviously.
I have 2
And
units
here,
of beautiful
honestly,
cats.
this is the best place to learn all that info, is watching on stream. Because we literally just told you. We answer that question all the time, though. Everybody seems to just not be listening.
What? Why are you so mean to people?
I have to be. I have to keep them in order.
In order?
Yes, all the little chickens
What?
in the farm, you know.
Chickens in the farm?
Yeah, maybe they. Oh no,
These are real people, Chris.
my little
With real
my little
lives
chick,
who deserve
my little
real respect.
my little chicks,
They're not your chicks.
my little
My little chickadee.
my little dumplings in the stew.
little dumplings in the stew. Chat,
Yeah.
you've been reduced to stew
Yummy,
components.
yummy.
How does that make you feel, Chat?
Chris, you're fired. We learned it from you, Chris. Y'all's Tony. There's some factual truth in that, actually.
Factual truth.
Yeah.
Not the
Hey.
factual truth.
You know, speaking of factual truth,
Oh my god.
welcome in, everybody. My little dumplings. Yummy.
Oh, that's so disturbing.
We're painting And by we, I mean Jason, and by Jason, I mean us, the people. We're all painting this model together. Welcome in. We're in the after hours part of the show. We're just hanging out, watching paint dry, watching purple.
It's
surprise.
I've had one color on the palette today so far. No, 2.
And don't mistake. Look at all
palette,
at all that paint on that palette right there. There's a lot. We need to get you a clean palette, Jason.
There's only been one active color on the palette today. Dark purple. I mean, like I said, that's a lie because I did have on there plum for one model. The
models are encroaching on his. Models are encroaching on his workspace.
Well, this guy only has the pants. Oh, that's good. That's a good point. Did I?
Jason's the pot, and yes, you got it, Danger.
Okay, that one has the pants. What about this one? This one, I didn't paint the pants.
You didn't paint his pants?
I have to turn his little pants purple.
These are some of these cats 3D printed?
No. Oh, well, yeah, all of these models are 3D printed.
Yeah, because are all these resins?
Yeah, all of these are resin 3D printed models.
Oh,
that's what War Machine has turned into, is all 3D printed resin models. Even the ones they sell you in the box from the manufacturer are just 3D printed resin. None of them are molded.
I thought some of the starter boxes were.
Those are okay. So they have some of the new 2-player starter boxes are in hips.
Okay.
So injected plastic. High impact polystyrene. They're in injection molded plastics. So they're like Warhammer models. And those are really good. The plastics have been pretty good. I've only had to fight a couple models in that. The resin ones are, they're printed resin, so they're
right.
It is what it is.
That's right.
It's my least favorite part about the whole thing. If I have one criticism about where War Machine starts right now, is that it's all 3D printed.
Yeah, get some plastics.
And you get some problems with the finicky models. So it's one of the reasons I really like this army, is that the models are bulky enough that the resin isn't a problem.
Yeah.
I don't feel like, except for like a couple of the character models that have like little spindly bits on them, the rest of them are really nice and you can handle them, and I don't feel like on the table they're going to scare me. My Chimera models on the table, you're like, oh my god, what bit is going to break off of these dudes next? Because the 3D printed resin is just garbage. Not a fan. For gaming, I'm not a fan. For models in general, I'm a fan. For gaming, not a fan.
Would you run a little flow improver through your airbrush before painting extremely fine details to prevent tip dry? I'm running a 0.2 needle at a PSI range between 10 and 20.
I don't think that works because you're not really coating the needle. You can use something more akin to like I forget what it's called, the number 9 gun. Stuff, gun oil.
Yeah, I'm not
airbrush oils, the lubricating oils that are like silicone oils, so they don't interfere with the paint.
Hops number 9
Hops
says
number 9.
Ryan.
Yeah, like hops number 9. I've used it in the past to a good extent. I don't do that anymore. I need to, because you use that mainly to lubricate the inner workings of the machine, not necessarily the needle tip, but the slide, so it doesn't gum up in the trigger, so that as you
interesting. I didn't know that.
Especially in climates like ours, where and not climate, but where you have such hard tap water, and we clean our brushes with tap water, and that hard water calcifies and has very heavy metals in it, and mineral content, so it's always causing residue, and as you get that residue buildup, then you might find that the needle doesn't travel all the way forward in the gun, and you're having the slide feel like it's jamming up, and you can avoid a lot of that by oiling your airbrush from time to time.
Ace says, I'm playing around and trying to paint a whole model only using an airbrush. I have some Iwata Super Lube. Will that do the trick?
Yeah, exactly. That's what that's for.
There you go.
I think check and ask if the Super Lube is okay to put on the needle.
Oh, I see.
Because again, you just want to make sure that it doesn't interfere with the quality of the paint. Because if you put an oil on the needle and the oil gets in the paint, then does that cause it to beat up on the surface because it's water based?
Yeah.
So you can have the oils have a negative interaction with the water based paint, right? That won't with enamels and lacquers. So a lot of times they'll give you that, but they may say, yeah, don't. It's not for use with water based paints. It might cause some issues. That's the only thing I would throw out there, right? Okay, one more cat. Damn it. Thought I had them all. Still got a lot more models, but I think we're going to quit after this cat.
One more cat.
I like the way this looks, though, with all the purple. It's
Okay.
definitely the right choice.
Okay, so you're happy with that?
Yep. And this is not with the highlights yet. And the highlights in plum, I think, work really, really well because you can see the plum on my finger. The plum as a glaze over the dark purple gives you a really nice reddening of the purple.
Yeah.
Which is what I was hoping for. It's not a middle ground between the red that I painted yesterday, really, but it does add some warmth to it that I think works great with the black armor.
Mo says it's almost like purple's your favorite color.
I think I have to admit that purple may be my favorite color. It was never something that, as a matter of fact, I've said many times in interviews when people have asked me what my favorite color is, I said, well, most people would say it was purple because I use it on every damn model, but you don't really see the purple. I don't paint where purple is visible. It's just a shadow color. But lately on all these models, right, it's like I'm using purple as a very in-your-face color.
Well.
Two of my armies now. My other army is fully purple. And this one's purple accents on black armor. So I might have to say that, at least for right now, this edition of Jason,
This edition of Jason,
I think my favorite color right now is purple. And I don't think it's a bad thing. Purple comes in a lot of variations, and it really is a very flexible color. But I haven't ever really painted with it as the primary color on armies.
Yeah.
Because it gets very samey. All colors really do. You know, like if you paint Marines and you paint 5,000 points of Ultramarines, blue gets really old real quick. Because of the monotony of it.
Justin PK says, question,
Yeah.
Why not use distilled water to clean your brushes? Well, that means we'd have to clean them in the first place.
What is this? Yeah, you definitely can.
But
if you want to spend for it, go for it. Distilled water can do wonders for you. It doesn't introduce all the bad stuff into the technique. As far as especially with airbrushes, I think distilled water could help, especially in a place like Arizona. I'm lazy, I don't care, and I work through the problems.
We prefer the beautiful, pure, clean water
of Arizona.
Arizona desert.
100%.
It is basically
100%.
Isopropyl alcohol.
100%. There is nothing better than Arizona tap water.
Yeah.
So,
really.
Yeah.
Don't
believe a word we say.
No.
It's horrible.
It's hard. And mineral based.
If you airbrush, clean your airbrush, and don't get all the water out of it, and then don't airbrush for a few weeks, you'll come back and you'll see the white residue
that's a good
of the
point,
calcification in the cup along the needle chase. Yep. So you'll notice, right now, when I'm not using my airbrush is pulled, the needle is pulled back. Yeah. You can probably tell just because of the length. But the needle is pulled back to where, if I can show you down in there, you can't see the needle in the race because it's pulled back far enough to where it's not there, which allows all the moisture to go all the way out the nozzle rather than building up around the needle and calcifying there. Yeah. So then when I push it back in, right now you can see it in the race there.
There you go.
But I will pull it out when I know that we're not going to be painting for a while.
There you go. Where do you source your pigments from?
Magic and Prunes. Magic and Prunes. We aren't going to give away our vendor for our pigment.
The world.
But the bulk of our pigmentation comes. I can't say that. It's worldwide, but the bulk of it comes from U.S. sources. But a lot of that pigment is from around the world too.
Like I said, Magic and Prunes.
The world of pigment is an interesting one because if you want to use the highest grade pigments, you can't have one single supplier.
Do you believe in magic?
Some suppliers make particular pigments better, like Pyro Orange, than others, and so you have to be constantly on your feet because some suppliers stop making certain pigments, and then we have to have
we get it literally
suppliers and things
from
like that.
We get it from magical mountains and magical things.
Oh, MAB, yeah, definitely. We manufacture in North America. We've just opened up a new manufacturing facility in Ontario, Canada, so we'll be manufacturing in Ontario as well as here in Phoenix. But yeah, it's as much locally. I say locally. It's as much domestically sourced as is possible. We make all of our plastic bottles in the U.S., which most people would get those from China. But we tried to bring most of our stuff stateside. We still get some things from overseas. It's always hard to tell for the petroleum products where they're refined at. Because global petroleum supply is that you could be buying from anywhere. Right. So you don't really ask that question on those things. So a lot of the things that go into paint, you're just like, yes, I get it in, 8 million gallon drums and trucks show up. And So, you're in Ontario, DJ Snazzy Jeff. Yeah, pretty soon when the Canadian store, the Canadian Monument Hobby store, is in process right now, and as soon as it opens up, all of the paint, well, very quickly, it may be that some of the U.S. paint is on there initially, but very quickly after, it will be made in Canada. Chris and his team just got the global labels made that say made in Canada on them, because our Canada manufacturing facility will be supplying our French warehouse as well as the Canada warehouse. And all of our distributors are on the rest of the world, except for Australia. We do Australia out of the U.S. So you can have some proud Canadian paint. The only Canadian paint, actually. Look at you.
There you go.
Look at you.
You
just, I will kill him.
It's French.
I will kill him. If Chris winds up dead randomly, you know who to call. You know it was my fault. I'm saying that on camera.
Good. Get that life insurance policy, honey.
Clip it. Clip it. Chris is just going to disappear, and I'm going to go to jail. Will the Canadian paint taste better? No. Instead of donkey butt, we use moose balls. Moose ball flavoring. Brought to you by Quick Trip.
Where is that? I don't know. No, no, we're not.
Not a cult.
No.
Not a cult.
Mind Spa, nice.
You're going to have a store as well. You're going to be a customer number one. Awesome. Yeah, the Canadian web store will open up so that you can buy directly from Monument Hobbies. All of our shipping happens out of the Ontario region as well. We have a warehouse there. We just paid the first haul of rent today, I think. So yeah, we have a 5,000 square foot facility in Ontario that will be supplying for that store. So initially, it'll only be paint products. It'll take a while for us to fill in things like bags and obviously the spray paints, but we're working on a solution for spray paint for Canada. Canada has different laws regarding certain chemical products that are used in aerosols.
All that business.
So the Color Forge stuff and the Monument stuff cannot go to Canada right now legally. So we're working on a solution for North America that will allow those paints to be in Canada. We'll hopefully get that done. I'm hoping to have good news by the end of the year on that. So there will be a building up of product availability in Canada, but it should be fairly quick for most of the Monument line outside of sprays. You'll have all the paint products very quickly, and then it will just be like bags and things like that because the bags come from overseas, so they would ship directly to Canada. So it'll be the next manufacturing run that stocks with bags.
A lot going on. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah. You're new to mini penning and hearing you're going to be shipping out on Ontario. Super awesome. Awesome. Yeah, we have for so long wanted to support our Canadian hobbyists even better than we can from the U.S. And then, of course, with all the stuff going with cross-border trade and things like that, we just figured long-term it was better for us to incorporate. So we have Monument Hobbies Canada as an incorporated entity in Canada that's wholly owned by it's a wholly owned subsidiary of Monument Hobbies United States.
There you go.
So we'll be doing a Canadian version. We'll have a Canadian version of me that just is a lot more.
Yeah,
And still hip checks people. Shipping out of Canada might be better for us shipping to Australia. You should just buy from stores in Australia like Combat Company and places like that. We have retailers in Canada or in Australia, and we'll be doing I don't have a time frame on this, but our goal is to open up an Australian and New Zealand website as well. Hoser pink. Jelly donut, eh?
Jelly donut,
I got a piece so bad and my teeth are floating. Don't be a hoser, eh? Take off, hoser. You're talking about some of my favorite stuff growing up. I had the Great White North album, one of the first ones. It was so great. I would listen to it on my record player. I knew I was, I'm not going to say that out loud, that I was an honorary Canadian from early on.
Oh, no. Don't tell Shannon.
Don't tell her. Yeah, I always make fun of her. So, call it. All right. Strange Brew. One of the best movies of all time. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. We ran a little long. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Watching some Give Your Balls a Tug. Give Your Balls a Tug purple. Moose balls.
Yikes.
Watching me paint purple for hours, right? So we've decided on the color for the army.
Yeah.
It will be purple and black armor.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I'm not sold on the gold with the purple, so I might go back over that and just keep it just black with the silver touches on it. We'll see.
Cool.
But thanks for everybody hanging out with us. For those of you that came in on the raid, if you're new around here, never been here before, please hit the follow or the sub button, depending on the platform you're watching on. Remember, we do this Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
And we run on all the platforms. So we're live on Twitch,
It's all
YouTube,
coming.
Kick, and TikTok currently, with Facebook and all the rest right behind. So
Yep.
Chris is getting all that ready. So you'll basically be able to watch us from anywhere.
You can do whatever you want.
So so sign up for all that. Click the link that Chris has put up in chat. Make sure to shop for all your hobby supplies on monumenthobbies.com or monumenthobbies.eu from a wonderful French warehouse. And turn all of your gray models into wonderful colors.
There you go.
So thanks so much. Stick around. Make sure to also join the Discord. Great community over on the Discord for you guys. Thank you for hanging out. And make sure to stick around. Chris is going to find you somebody to raid for some more hobby goodness as you go off into your Tuesday night. And we're going to go off and have some fun. Stick around. Show some love in the chat we wind up in. And we will catch you back here tomorrow, gang. See ya.